Oh, that's nice. I think. Is that nice or nicer? Wait, try it off. On. Sorry. Excuse me. That's good. We're, we're striving for perfection, as we often do. And as I say a lot, perfection is overrated. And I'm not perfect at anything or even super great at anything, but we still strive for it and we work towards it despite our awareness that perfection is an illusion. And I better make sure that I'm not on Wi-Fi. So hang with me. Hey, Donna, thank you for joining. Hold on. Sorry, losing connection. Is that because I went away? Is that because I went away? Is that because I went away? I'm back. Unstable connection. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta get refocused. Part of me wants to have a tantrum and turn off what I started here and restart and get it right and do it better and fix things because I screwed up a bunch of times already in the first 30 seconds of this broadcast. And again, I think rather than start over or, pardon the expression, get my panties in a bunch, I'm going to keep plugging along and accept things as they are and be okay with things as they are and be okay with the imperfection that is life. And that's my thought for you now. Hello, user. We have multiple users. Everlasting Bloom is slamming the like. Hello, Rosemary. Hello, Julie Flanagan. How are you? How are you? I'm sitting here relaxed, Julie Flanagan. Hello, Dean Lisa. Hello, J Lip. Hello, user. Anybody out there that's going by the name user, I would so like it if you would change the name from user to perhaps your real name. Do a real name. Pop a picture in there. Let's get this world to be a little friendlier place, a little more huggy-feely, little more... and again, it was a Seinfeld thing, but I believe it. I think we should all wear name tags. And when I see people joining my live that say user with a bunch of numbers after it, and I understand, it's a new platform to a lot of people, and when we're getting started, we don't know what we're doing. In life, when we're getting started, we don't know what we're doing. In a new relationship with somebody special, we don't know what we're doing. In new jobs, every time I go up to Starbucks, there's oftentimes a new barista working there, and they seem clueless. They don't know how to order a coffee, and I always try and put them to ease and say, hey, it's always hard starting off a new job or new anything. And it really is. So when you were starting off in a new social media platform, like a lot of us probably are here on TikTok, we feel a little more comfortable just leaving our name as user with a bunch of numbers after it. But I would encourage you, all you users out there, to get a real name and maybe even a real picture on your profile as soon as possible, because I'd rather not say, hey, thanks for joining, user. Hello, Bill Sussman. Hello, RJ. Thank you for liking the live. Hello, Maggie. Hello, CMN. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Hello, nice. Are you naughty or nice? Edov asks if I'm bald by choice. I'm not totally sure what that means. Yes, I shaved my head. Yes, I shaved my head. But I wouldn't look very good if I didn't. I wouldn't look. I'd have like some sprouts running around here. And who wants sprouts running around up here? And I'd probably have a full head of hair right here. I mean, if you can have a full head of hair right through here, almost definitionally, that's not a full head of hair, but do you know what I mean? A thick amount of hair. And hey, nice. Thank you so much for following the live creator. I so appreciate that. It means a lot to me. I really enjoy being on this platform. I'm coming up on 2 years on this platform. And my page grows every day, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. And you have an amazing soul. Oh, nice. Nice is super nice. Nice just told me I have an amazing soul. And that's about as nice as something's... Ow! 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 My little key grip just handed me a coffee cup. Not just any coffee cup, a coffee with Ken cup. And it's hot as heck. I don't know if it just came out of the dishwasher or what happened, but I'm excited about it. And I'm pouring myself some coffee. And normally I do a live coffee show every morning, but that's not what this is. That is not what this is. Let me tell you what this is. I appreciate Polaroid saying, asking if I'm Bruce Willis. No, I'm not Bruce Willis. No, I'm not at all. I'm not at all. But I like that because I think Bruce Willis is cool. I say it a lot. He's kind of an everyman, normal guy, not super built. I mean, he's probably normally built or probably solidly built even, but he doesn't look like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Sylvester Stallone. And but he's a regular guy, and he got his ass kicked in his movies, but while he was kicking ass. And he does die hard. Oh, he does die hard. I'll tell you what, and I've talked about this before too, for anybody out there that likes Die Hard 1 or likes the Die Hard movies, check out Die Hard 2 again. I think it is every bit as good, if not better, than the first Die Hard. Just one man's opinion. But anyway, good afternoon. Is it good afternoon? Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and I'm nervous to say it. I don't know that I want to say it. I feel like if I say it, it's making a commitment to something I don't want to make a commitment to. But this could be, hello, Jack, the first, no, I don't want to say it. I can't even say it because then I'll feel like a failure if I don't do it. I've been encouraged to do what could be best described as a Ken-a-thon. And a Ken-a-thon, for those that know me, know I used to run track and cross country, and I run a bunch of marathons. So it's kind of a funny little play on words. And just to see how long I can talk live on a video. So I'm going to just say it. But it means absolutely nothing. If in 30 seconds I go, this sucks, I don't want to do it anymore, I'm going to stop, I'm no good at it, I'm a failure, I'm a loser, I'm never going to be a success at anything, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. But that maybe won't happen. But anyway, I don't have any introductions for my Ken-a-thon. I've got pretty good introductions for everything else, all my other little talk shows I do. But since this is my very first, this is like a Jerry Seinfeld monologue. Well, I appreciate that. I like Jerry Seinfeld too. I've heard that I sound like him. But I don't know that I do. I mean, does my voice sound like him? No, I'm not feeling sore, RJ. I appreciate it, though. RJ, one of my frequent watchers, goaded me into doing 20 push-ups today. And I appreciate it because I feel ripped and massive and hugely muscular. But I'm hiding it all. I'm embarrassed by my muscles. Seriously. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. I'm embarrassed by my rippling muscles, so I cover them up with a sweatshirt. I'm going to pop open a window over here. I hope that's okay with you. Oh, I'm going to pop open too. Hello there, Mallory. Thank you for joining. The song would be the Three's Company song. I never loved the Three's Company. Three is company too. But anyway, I do have a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me. And since I have a cup and a sweatshirt that says Coffee with Ken, I'm going to drink some of this coffee. And I like that. Good analysis. I'm going to drink some of this coffee. Cheers to us. I hope you guys got some too, or whatever you're drinking. I just had some Taco Bell for lunch with a Dr. Pepper chaser, and I sniffed just like Mr. Furley. Oh, it was a surprise even to me. It was a surprise even to me. It was the hazelnut coffee, which I haven't had in some time. I'm kind of hooked on pumpkin spice these days, and it is the Dunkin' Donuts hazelnut, and it's delicious. It's a nice little change of pace. It is an old favorite. Should I rate it? Can I rate a hazelnut coffee? I mean, it's Dunkin' Donuts hazelnut. It's awesome. Is that a rating? Do you want it on a scale of 0 to 10? Yeah. Jack knows. Jack has been around a long, long time. Jack, we got to, move you up to the top of the rankings just for your longevity with the show. Jack Taylor just reminded me that my son, who is almost 2.5 years old, when we were considering names for him or her, because we didn't know if it was going to be a him or her, I don't know that we were ever really going to name him Hazelnut. I don't think we ever were really going to name him Hazelnut, but it was really at the beginning of what is this Coffee with Ken phenomena. And I was drinking a lot of hazelnut at the time. That was before I fell in love with the cinnamon dolce and with the pumpkin spice. So let's drink a little more hazelnut. Oh, and I'm drinking it black today for anybody that's wondering. You guys are going to be super excited. Before I went live today, I made sure I went to the washroom to make sure I could sit here for great periods of time. I made sure my tummy was nice and full. Oh, I got big news for you from the Taco Bell front. No, I did not try your creamer recommendation, RJ. Taco Bell's added something to their $2 menu, and it's super exciting. It's a chicken enchilada. And I'll tell you what, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Their $2 menu is phenomenal. I picked up lunch for me and my key grip. We got 2 Chipotle chicken ranch grilled chicken burritos, which are just phenomenal. Beefy something burrito, a chicken enchilada, and a taco. And by the way, between you and me, hoping the key grip's not listening somewhere, the taco kind of ruins the whole pricing structure of the meal. And as a guy who's admittedly, the Chipotle Ranch chicken burrito, Captain Scotty, is awesome. For a guy that's admittedly value conscious, when you're getting, still fighting over a cold 8 days later, but I fight through it. I do Ken-a-thons in the face of the cold. I'm going to take out this sweatshirt again. I don't want to drive the ladies and gentlemen wild. I know I have a tendency to do that when I strip down to nothing. But I'm going to strip down to nothing because I was feeling a little warm in the sunroom. And I popped on my sweatshirt a little bit ago. It's 69 degrees out today. It's a little chillier than I expected. And that's all I have to say about that. RJ wants to know if I had the fire sauce. No, RJ. Usually I'll just let them surprise me. I'll just say a bunch of hot sauce, please. Today wasn't so random. Today I didn't play it by chance. I told him I wanted some. I can't find the pumpkin pie. Julie Flanagan, I'm going to have to send you some. Go to a Super Target. You told me, Julie Flanagan, you have a Super Target. For a man that works in a Super Target, and works in the cereal aisle, I promise you, they have the pumpkin pie Pop-Tarts, and they're worth the trip. But I didn't leave the hot sauce to chance. By the way, I went up to the drive-thru at Taco Bell. Is this what you guys want from a Ken-a-thon? Is this what you would expect from a Ken-a-thon? Sometimes I feel a lot of pressure. I put a lot of pressure to entertain, to be funny, to be inspirational at times, depending on my level of caffeine. And I don't know what anybody expects, but whatever. I'm going to keep talking while I have somebody to talk to. But anyway, I pulled up to the drive-thru, and I sat there for a second, and after a few moments, a guy goes, "Hello?" And I just think, if you're an employee at a fast food place, you shouldn't start the conversation with the car with starts and just leave it at, "Hello?" You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I go, "Hello, how are you?" It's like he was surprised that I was there. I mean, he works at the drive-up. He must have a headset on and probably a Taco Bell hat and maybe a Taco Bell polyester uniform, assuming they're doing it. And maybe it was his first day. I'm not trying to get him fired or anything, but I just thought it kind of funny. And it had to do with my next subject, which was the hot sauce that I chose. Not wanting to leave it to chance, not just wanting the hot sauce, I was savvy enough to know the selection of hot sauces they have at Taco Bell, and I ordered some Diablo. Oh, yes, I did. I ordered some Diablo, and all I used on my sauces were the Diablo sauce. And it was a little hotter than the hot sauce or even the fire sauce. It was quite nice, and very pleased I got it. But I'm feeling a little full because there was the new $2 enchilada chicken burrito on the menu. I felt it my duty as a connoisseur of all things Taco Bell. Did I get into my comedy career? I don't tell jokes. I'd love to be a comedian if I knew how to tell jokes. Don't know if that makes sense. And I don't find myself, I'm not trying to be funny is the problem. I bet you a lot of comedians aren't trying to be funny. They're just kind of being who they are. And who they are is kind of funny. And again, I talked about it this morning. I was watching Back to School, which is a movie from the mid-'80s starring... somebody help me out. Rodney Dangerfield. And the whole movie, and a lot like Caddyshack, he's basically the exact same character as he was in Caddyshack, is the movie's just a platform for him to tell one-liners. Like the whole script is written around, hey, if you say this to me, I'll be able to make this joke about the best part of having kids is making them. And it's interesting because the whole movie's about that. But they have another couple comedians, one of which is Sam Kinison, also passed, I don't know, probably some time ago. And I don't know how many of you are old enough to, excuse me, I apologize for this. I'm going to go off screen. I'm back. Really high production value. I think I'm going to fire my key grip and get another one because my key grip had a clue what they're doing. I would have had a higher production value, and I wouldn't have had to have that awkward moment with blowing my nose off camera. But anyway, Sam Kinison's one of the other actors in the movie, and he has a totally different type of humor. But again, I don't think he's trying to be funny. I think he's just somewhat crazy and will yell and scream in the loudest voice possible. There's one scene in it, and I feel bad. I'm in the center. But where he's just yelling so absurdly loud and putting his face right in the like that. It's quite frightening. But it kind of makes you laugh. The intensity that he has. And I think he's just, I don't know that he's funny, but he's just kind of crazy. And for anyone that's old enough to know who Sam Kinison is, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. So let's have a little more coffee. Well, I want to call it my first annual. I don't know why I want to call it an annual Ken-a-thon. Could be a daily thing. Could be a 24-hour thing. Could be something I just keep filling up my coffee with and going. I got 4,100 likes. Wow, that's pretty fun. I'm not totally sure what likes do. And I've said this before. Apparently, RJ's a connoisseur for all things technological or social media. And he advises me that the more likes you get, the more viewers you get. And I have a couple very dedicated viewers that sit there and push the screen. I must be a horrible viewer because I've only watched a few lives. And I'll have people talking about various TikToks and wondering if I've seen this TikTok or that TikTok or this TikTok. Or I was at dinner last night and the conversation come up about one of the TikTok trends from last year. I think it had something to do with corn. And I don't have any idea what anyone's talking about. Wait, how do you do polls? Somebody's putting a poll out there whether I should do 10 push-ups or not. I appreciate it. I appreciate the question, but keep in mind, I've already done 20 this morning, and that I have had 3 3 burrito type things from Taco Bell, and I'm feeling full and I'm feeling kind of chubby. But maybe because I'm feeling chubby, I should do the push-ups. I don't know. I wonder how I get. Did anybody complete the poll? For some reason, it says poll 10 push-ups. I think RJ must have been behind that. Maybe. Wait, I don't want to delete the poll. I just want it off my screen. How do I get it on my screen? I don't want it to be gone. 100% said yes. But I mean, that could just be RJ or somebody else. It governs the algorithm. Not one feather. How do I get it off my screen so I can see what you guys are saying? I don't want to end it. Maybe I'll figure this out. I'm going to push some buttons. If you guys go away, no, I don't want to create a new poll. I apologize in advance. But if you guys go away, what is a text poll? How can I create? How can I customize the duration of a text poll? How do I shrink the text poll down from my screen and have it not be there taking up my whole screen? RJ, Mr. Funny Guy. Wait, okay. Apparently he did it for like 2 minutes or something. And it's counting down. So I'm just going to be patient. And although I never believed this growing up, I do believe patience is a virtue. And I talked about it this morning. I'm learning this because I used to think I really could pull the strings on the world, that the world was mine and you all were marionettes. Is that the right term? Are marionettes the little puppets? Not just you, but the seasons and the sun and the wind and all sorts of things. And usually the world would show me that it's not my puppet or it's not my plaything. And that would frustrate me. And I'd go, why is it cold today? Or why is it rainy today? Or why is it windy? Or why did this person act a certain way? And I realized the universe of the world doesn't act or operate on our time. And that it has a plan of its own. And that God or the universe or a higher power is a lot bigger than me. A lot bigger than you two. And patience is a virtue. And if you want something to happen, it can't happen overnight. And if I want this screen that says poll about my 10 push-ups to go away, maybe I can't force it. Maybe I just got to sit here and let the countdown 3, 2, 1. Poll ended. But I still have the... Hold on, I'm going to push some other buttons. How do I get this out of here? I don't know. I don't know if I push up here. When you get to 6,000 likes, do the 10 push-ups. 5,200. Well, Bloom, can you scream, it's corn? I am too cool for trends. Can you see if you can make a goal? How do I make a goal? Can you pause the live? I don't know. You guys are asking me a lot of complicated questions. I'm going to just touch the screen, see what happens. I'm going to sweep this way, see what happens. You know, I should probably know this. There's this thing that says like heart 10 up there. Can I give myself hearts? Can you buy yourself flowers? Do you recommend buying yourself flowers? I think if I was a woman, I wouldn't be afraid to buy myself flowers. I'm not a woman. I bought myself flowers, but not too often. I was dating a woman once who I thought was very picky. And I was kind of probably scared of her. And if she'd get mad at me because I didn't buy her flowers often enough. And it's true, I didn't. I mean, looking back on it, I did not buy her flowers often enough. I mean, not even near enough. But it wasn't out of cheapness or lack of thought or lack of care. It was out of terror that she might not appreciate the flowers that I had gotten her. And I think it was a misunderstanding on my part of who she was and how she responded and how she reacted to things. And I don't have any specific examples about the flowers, but just things I do in other ways, she might respond in a way that sort of surprised me. And I go, holy crap, that didn't get the response I wanted. I'm going to buy flowers and she might hit me in the face with them. And that's not who she was or what have you. But that was my fear. So that's my thought on that. Literally says I can buy myself flowers. Well, there's a song, Miley Cyrus song, talks about that. Yeah. Jennifer Snook shared the live. I don't even know who Jennifer Snook is, and she's sharing the live. How fun is that? If my regular, viewers would share the live like Jennifer Snook does, we'd be awesome. Never mind, says Everlasting Bloom. Click. You guys are so much fun. But what would I do? Who else is there? Is it just RJ and Everlasting Bloom? Is anybody still there? Did Jack sneak off for the day? I wonder if Julie Flanagan's lurking in the shadows. Or is Tara Jane the silent hammer out there? You can see who's there. That's not fair. I don't know how you guys can see who's there. Hello from Illinois. Not in the military. Not in the military, Alice. Hello, Julie Flanagan. Thank you for the little cry faces. I appreciate that. I thought maybe you'd gone. I was worried Julie Flanagan thought, he bores me. His time came and it went. I have no use for him anymore. He hasn't talked about moving to Oshkosh, Wisconsin in months. He's searching for happiness in Illinois, at least for the time being. He must love his job at Super Target. For those that are new, I work at Super Target if anyone has any questions about that. It is Naper Thrill. It is Naper Thrill. It is Naper Thrill. Yeah. Let's have a little more coffee. Wonder if I have any non-alcoholic beers available to me. Although I'm fairly full. And by the way, if I look fat today, it doesn't really count. It's not fair. It's because I did have just 3 large, not large, but fairly large things from Taco Bell. And they're kind of sitting in my belly like a brick. And that's all I got to you about that. All right, RJ, I want to talk to you. RJ, for probably the last year that he's been following my page. By the way, your conversation came up today, RJ, a conversation about you with the family I was with. And the young boy, 9-year-old boy, goes, I want to see what RJ looks like. Or no, it was the 9-year-old, but it was a different boy. Said, I want to see what RJ looks like. And they thought you'd look a lot different. It's interesting when you talk to somebody over the phone or you hear somebody's name or what have you, or you hear their voice, you often get an idea. I think your mind automatically creates an image of what this person will like. So often, I won't say it because I might get in trouble. Usually, like when I talk to a woman over the phone, I'm picturing some gorgeous, like model-like woman. Maybe that's just because that's where my mind is at. But oftentimes I'll meet them and they'll just kind of be a normal woman. But your mind has such high hopes and high expectations. And apparently, the young man I was talking about had expectations for what RJ would look at. And yes, I did show him you eating a pickle and peanut butter and cheese and cracker thing. And I don't think he was super impressed. Oh, back to RJ real quickly, as if we're ever off of RJ. He has been daring me to do the 1-chip challenge since basically he got on. He has a fetish for strange foods and strange mixtures of foods and strange stuff. He might even have a fetish for coffee with Ken. But anyway, I Googled it today because I was thinking, I don't mind hot stuff. I can eat hot food pretty well. I mean, I'm not one of those that, washes down every meal with the bottle of Tabasco or what have you. But I read it, and I don't know if it was I don't know if it was marketing for the company, because sometimes companies will do that. They market just how dangerous it is and just how crazy it is. The fact that it was so crazy, they took it off the shelves. They took the 1-chip challenge off the shelves. And for anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about, Google it. It's apparently there's 1 chip, I imagine, and you eat it, and they say, well, we don't know exactly what score rating the heat, because hot peppers come in a rating, and I forget Schofield, or I forget what the word is, but it's something like that. And 2 of the main peppers they use in this are some of the hottest peppers known to man. And I don't know. I don't know if I want to die on a live video doing a one-chip challenge. Scoville, that's right, Scoville. Hello, Damian Wolf. Thank you for joining. I'm so excited. We have a little bit of momentum. We have 8,300 likes. We have 23 people watching, and we have about a third of a cup of coffee in front of me. And don't you fear. Don't you fear. I've got a full pot. And anyone wants to buy a pot for the coffee lover in their life, I recommend, I forget where it is. It's on my link tree. Still haven't sold anything. Still haven't sold a dang thing. But I'm having fun kind of what's the word I'm using? Schlepping? Not schlepping. I don't know. Slinging? I don't know what's slinging. But I'm having fun trying to sell something. And it's really, as I've said before, it's really not about the destination. It's about the journey. And as long as I'm enjoying the process that is trying to sell one of these pictures, I might even get to be this. Sometimes when you accomplish your goal, you actually find yourself disappointed. You go, whoa, I've been spending 6, 7, 8, 9 months trying to sell one of these pictures, which only cost $30, and they're a great value, on my website. Nobody's bought one. And then, I don't know, 9 months from now, RJ's going to break down and go, well, I feel sorry for this guy. He's been doing the same lame presentation for this picture for, although they call it a carafe on the website, for about 9 months now. I'm going to throw him a bone. Spend the $30, see what it does. And I might get like 3 cents from this sale. And I'm going to go, wow. I spent 9 months selling these pictures and I only made 3 cents. But that really wouldn't be how I'd respond. Because I've got an imagination. And I figure, I've said it before, the hardest dollar to make is the first dollar. So probably the hardest 3 cents to make is that first 3 cents. So if I made 3 cents selling one picture, I know the way my brain thinks is, okay, 3 cents isn't a ton of money, but maybe if I sold 5 million of them, then we'd be talking some money. And I don't know, it's just the way I think. Would you do sour challenges? Hello, Angela. How are you? I so appreciate you guys tuning in. We're up to 28 followers. Angela, we're doing the first, I'm going to call it the first annual because that just sounds funny, even though it has nothing to do with a yearly basis. Like I do an annual show on September 7th, as if that's a big relevant day. But again, we're doing the first annual Ken-a-thon. I make no promises, but I had some time on my hand. It's a day off work. I finished my appointment. I had a big lunch. Excuse me. I just burped up part of my lunch. And I have a full pot of hazelnut coffee. I have, I believe, 11 Budweiser Zeros or Budweiser non-alcoholic beers in the fridge waiting for me if I need some liquid incentive to keep going. I should do a Taco Bell review soon. Yeah, I should. Got any Frankfurters? What a funny word Frankfurter is. Is there anything special about a Frankfurter, or is that just another word for hot dog? I think it's just another word for hot dog in a German sort of way. Do we have any German people watching today? Get a P.O. box. What would I do with a P.O. box? Key Grip, are you listening? Are you listening, Key Grip? I did. I think it was Angela, actually. She was asking, she started following me, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago. And she owns like a cool sort of crafty card company down in Tennessee. And I think she asked for like a P.O. box because she thought I'd be concerned about giving my address to the world. And I guess I can see that. But I've never been the most private soul. But I'd be frightened, given my viewing audience, what might come in my mailbox. But you don't mess with the mail. And what was the movie? I think Kevin Bacon was in it. And he did some fairly petty crime at a gas station. And it's a good movie, and I should probably look it up. He did some sort of petty crime when he was a kid at a gas station. But the problem was the gas station had a post office in it. And because of that, it became a federal offense. And because of that, he had to go to Alcatraz. And because of that, he ended up tortured and spending a good chunk of his life in the hole over, I mean, it might have been a minor armed, I hate saying minor armed robbery. I'm sure nothing's minor, but it wasn't, what you think should send you to Alcatraz. But it was just because wherever he robbed happened to have a post office in it. And that makes it a serious offense. And, yeah. Hello, two-girl mom. German, Irish, and Bohemian. Bohemian. What does it mean to be a Bohemian? If you're Bohemian, are you like a gypsy? What is a gypsy? I think we all kind of, I don't know. I pictured what gypsies were when I was a kid, and I knew kind of what I thought they would look like. But I think a gypsy's a real thing. I think there are people that identify themselves as gypsies. But I did not know that growing up. And I'm wondering if Bohemian is the same thing. And why is there a Bohemian Rhapsody? Okay, Julie Flanagan, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you and Steve catch a lot of fish. If you're fishing, I hope you and Steve catch a lot of fish. Hey, LHS75, thank you so much for following the host. I so appreciate when people do that. Again, I'm just kind of playing around, and I have a lot of fun in life, and I trial and error, and I error and I trial. And a lot of times I'll err more than I'll try. No, that's not true, but I'll fall more than I'll succeed, or fail more than I'll succeed, and I'll learn a little bit, and I'll get a little bit better. And people have been saying I should go do a long live for a while, and thought I'd give it a try. So here I am, and I'm about 40 minutes into it already. I need a beautiful woman to come dab my forehead. I'm hot. I'm clammy. I'm exhausted. Is it anybody's birthday out there? Am I having fun? I am having fun. Thank you for asking, RJ. I'm going to open up a side window to get a little bit of that precious cross breeze coming through and feed you my grapes. You're right about that. I need a beautiful woman to dab me and feed me grapes. If only I knew one that could dab me and feed me grapes. Alas, and bring me above zero. Wouldn't that be an awesome life? Where was I? What's for dinner tonight? RJ, I appreciate your questions. Do you save them in your notes app, RJ? Do you save them in your notes? Hey, I want to ask Ken this. I got a question about this. Maybe green grapes only. You know it's green grapes. I wonder if you have a list of questions, and I do appreciate the questions. Ooh, maybe it is a Tracy that'll do that. You have thousands in the queue. Oh my goodness, it couldn't be any better. If only I had, wait a minute, that's not quite how I envisioned it. It's not quite how I pictured it. I expected a little more gentle service than being chucked a handful of grapes. Hi, beautiful girl. Wait, she wants to see herself. Okay, I'm going to show, this is not part of the regular show. This is my beautiful girl, Eve. She's dressed very pretty. She's got a pink ribbon in her hair to match her beautiful pink sweater and her precious little pants with flowers on it, with little pink things that match her sweater and match her pretty smile and match her beautiful little bow. But love you. So anyway, not so gently did I get chucked some grapes. I don't know. I was kind of what's the guy's name? Mark Antony and Cleopatra. I was kind of picturing, some Egyptian pharaoh or something, and me sitting back and having a bunch of beautiful women take one of these big fans and doing this on me, and several beautiful women going, you know what I mean? Any chance I'll go back to co-hosting Coffee with Ken? Co-hosting. I don't even know what you mean, Jack. I don't even know what you mean. I'd never been a co-host. It's coffee with Ken. Last time I tried to bring on a co-host, they usurped my power. They shoved me out. I ended up holding the camera and walking around behind him. There was one time, my former co-host, who will go nameless, and I we were very involved during the Black Lives Matter stuff. I kind of fancied myself as a man on the street and a man on the street and kind of a beat reporter, if you will. And we knew there was going to be a Black Lives Matter protest down in the downtown Naperville. And I was married at the time. And I told my wife I was going to go, and I told a bunch of people I was going to go, and they said, "Oh, don't do that. It's dangerous. It's crazy. It's crazy. You might get hurt." And I went. And to be honest, my wife at the time, I think, was jealous because I was down there, getting all this awesome footage and doing these one-man talks. So my wife at the time, not more concerned about getting on camera than her own safety, decided to scurry on down. And we ended up filming many hours of the Black Lives Matter protest in downtown Naperville. And we filmed a lot of footage the next couple days. And she caught an especially powerful, important scene that kind of impacted, I might have gone way bigger than I even know. But at the time, we were sitting in downtown Naperville. We just had breakfast. We heard some argument down the street, and my wife grabbed her phone or my phone or whatever and ran out and started filming what was there. And it was a couple young women, I think they were high school-aged girls, putting up these hearts on a boarded-up store because all the stores were boarded up in anticipation of trouble happening. And a couple people ran up while my wife was filming and tore down the little heart stickers that said BLM. And I'm not trying to be political, and I know there's a lot of weird stuff, so I don't want to get in an argument of whether, the whole political side of it all. But it was an interesting thing that she happened to capture, and it went super viral. It cost some people jobs. It was seen, I don't even know how many times it's been seen now, but it's been seen a crazy, crazy, crazy number of times. And we mainly she, but I was there too, so I rode her coattails as far as I could ride them till she threw me to the curb. But anyway, people from the news would call and ask if they could use the video, and it was, it was just she caught a moment, and I think she has an eye for some things. But my point being, she was my co-host for a while, and I ended up holding the camera all the time, and I started getting tired. Going, I don't want to just be a cameraman. I want to be in front of the camera. I want to be the man in front of the camera. Did Naperville get looters? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They definitely did. A bunch of... We were there. It kind of got scary. I'm telling you, it kind of got scary. I was excited. Excuse me. I'm just going to crack this for future use. I'm still drinking coffee. It was kind of exciting. There was... Naperville police lined up on one side of Washington Avenue and then a bunch of protesters on the other. And there were guys chucking water bottles and stuff. But somebody threw what I believe would be an M80 because it was a really loud explosion. It wasn't a firecracker. I think somebody might have chucked an M80 in the direction of the cops. Hello, Weebury. And that's when my wife said, we got to get out of here. Because not only were there a ton of riot police with, helmets and batons and shields, but there was this big armored vehicle there. And I'm getting the chills. It was an exciting time. It was neat to be there and to be covering it live. And we had various Naperville pages. It was an interesting time, and we got some really good footage. and probably led to the demise of my second marriage because I lost my role as Coffee with Ken and became Cameraman Ken. And let me tell you, Cameraman Ken gets bored holding the camera. I'm going, hey, can't we find a tripod to do the same thing? Certainly, I've got this walking, talking ability. Let's use it. I don't want to just be the guy holding the camera. Oh, yeah, we gained some haters. Well, I don't know that we gained haters from that. I don't know that we gained haters from the Black Lives Matter. Where we gained the haters, and I've talked about this before, was trying to keep the schools open. My ex-wife I have 3 stepkids with my ex-wife, and they go to 203 school district, and COVID was happening about that same time, and they weren't going to reopen the schools, and my ex-wife's a very strong, opinionated woman, and I don't know, I support my ex-wife, so I kind of went along, not saying I was a puppet or anything, but she wants to do something, I'm going to back her. And she wanted to get involved and do what she could to keep the schools open, and worked really hard and marketed the heck out of a rally we had. And we had a rally at Caroline Park. I don't know what its official name is offhand, but with the Caroline Bell Tower right by the Riverwalk. And we had the news cover us there, and we were giving speeches, and I was kind of the MC. This was back when I still used to drink, and I was pretty nervous. I was thinking we'd have like 10,000 people. We might have had 1,000 or 1,500. I don't remember. But I was thinking it could have been a huge event. I was thinking it'd be a great, great turnout. So I drank some beers before I went. Oh, yeah. I haven't had a beer in 2 years, so. Brian, don't you worry. Oh, I did slam beers before, RJ. I did. Not so many. And I was accustomed to slamming beers. I probably had more than 3, though. 3 didn't even get me out of bed back in the day. Invest in what you believe in. Ken is too cool for a tripod. Do I have a tripod? No, I don't. Describe the grape. Wow. It's green. It's mostly round. This one's not quite as cold as I like because I've been pawing it. It's not not badly mushy. Not mushy like beyond its prime. Grapes are good. Somebody asked me what my 3 favorite fruits are the other day. And I have a hard time calling, and I don't know why. Like when I think about it, I want to say watermelon's probably my favorite fruit. And grapes are pretty dang good too. But I don't eat that much watermelon. And I don't eat that many grapes. So to ignore the fact that I probably eat a banana every day, and I probably eat an orange every day, or every other day, and I probably eat an apple once a week, I think would be not celebrating, almost downgrading these things for just being so common. And I thought that the apple, the banana, and the orange were my 3 favorites, just from sheer volume that I consume. Wow. We have 31 people watching. We got 11,800 likes. I haven't had to do one push-up. I didn't even have to get up for my grapes. I didn't even have to... I probably got up to get the coffee. Let's have a little more coffee before it gets cold. I've cracked both windows. That exerted some energy. But I'm saving most of my energy for digesting. It's a song and dance portion of the Ken-a-thon. Dude, I sing. I'm not afraid to sing. But I have to have the music in my heart. Once it's in my heart, it's hard to contain me. Like a lot of times I'll go live on a video and I'll have heard a song just before and I'll be singing it along. And you guys know if there's any birthday boys or girls out there, I'm not afraid to sing a birthday song. I even have this vanilla pumpkin candle sitting here to help me celebrate any would-be birthday havers. Just Todd, how are you? No putting on health spells. No putting on health spells. RJ, here's my deal with that. I post these videos onto YouTube. when I'm done. And boy, the good people over at YouTube are going to be super excited to see a 37-hour Ken-a-thon uploaded to their platform. Oh, yes, they will. Oh, the viewership 37 hours of Ken-a-thon would have. But anyway, I've done it before, and I've been filming live in a Starbucks, and a song was playing in the Starbucks. And YouTube somehow sensed the song and muted out my whole video. And I don't know. I don't want, just because RJ wants to hear Hell's Bells, my whole Ken-a-thon, we didn't start the fire, to be diluted. Billy Joel. Bring Augie on camera. Christine, were you here when I had Eve on camera? I could bring Holly on camera, but she's sleeping. You guys want to see Holly? Do you guys miss Holly? Do you guys remember who Holly is? Or do you? Jimmy Buffett. Nothing within will censor you. Jack Taylor, I so appreciate you coming and going. Well, okay, I'm going to show you Holly, but I'm not going to get her on camera more than that. She's just sleeping over there. And you know what they say? You let sleeping dogs lie. And she's a good girl. And she's got droopy eyes. She barely opened up her eye right now, and the bottom of her eye was all red and yucky. She is beautiful. She almost needs a little bit of a haircut. But she's such a good girl. And she and I went for a walk today. Oh, she always tried to take over the show. She was so excited. She's probably more excited than anybody I know about Coffee with Ken, because she knew Coffee with Ken meant Dad was sitting there in front of his phone or computer with this apothecary table wedged between the couch and I. And I don't know if that table looks familiar, but that said apothecary table. I missed a grape. There was a grape hidden behind my phone. And she'd slam in and wedge in and kind of shake and hit my knees, and I'm holding this coffee, and I don't know, cause all sorts of trouble. It is a famous table. I'm not going to tell the story of Friends again. I think I've told that story too often. But it is a famous table. Was in an episode of Friends. I'm going to have to come up with some more stories. I told my motorcycle story today. I talked about my marathon. Holly is cute. I don't know. No, it's the Coffee with Ken table. That I've seen every episode. RJ, did you see every episode of Friends? That seems a little before your time. What are you, a 15-year-old girl? Sorry. Hi, Loretta Flora. Or is it Loretta Fiora? I have some people that used to watch every day that kind of drifted away. I have TikTokers I used to watch every day. I don't know what happens. And then all of a sudden, they stop playing them, and you stop watching them, and you almost forget about them. I wonder how many people are out there that have totally forgotten about Coffee with Ken. I could sign the table. And auction it off. My friend gave it to me. I have a good friend, Kevin, who owned a store in Paducah, Kentucky called Surplus City. He would get odd lots, and I don't know how many of you are in retail. I'm in retail, but I don't know really what odd lots are. But I think, usually you'll get things, big stores will order things by the 100. They might get, 50 of those tables and sell them. But it's, where was it from? The apothecary table? Pottery Barn. And Pottery Barn would get returns from time to time with people that say, hey, this doesn't fit in my house, it wasn't the color I thought, or what have you. And they'd return it, and they might have 3 of those tables. And they'd sell them to companies like my buddy's store, Surplus City, and he'd get them for, 5 or 10 cents on the dollar, or he'd order whole pallets of merchandise unseen, sight unseen, and you never knew what was coming in, and it was kind of exciting. It was like a treasure hunt. And he got in a few of these apothecary tables, and I happen to be the owner of one, and am then we'll know it's not fake. Yeah, it's been bouncing around with me. It's been in my car. It's been in way too many moves. It's been in the dark apartment. It's been with the woman of my dreams. It's been with my second ex-wife. It's been in, where else has it been? It's been in my home on Main Street, the little tiny home, one of the smallest homes in Naperville where Holly and I live. But, yeah. Have a little more coffee. Hello, Steve. Is it tepid? RJ, you can't even imagine how tepid it is. You can't even imagine how tepid it is. Hey, ZZ Top 920. What's your favorite ZZ Top song? What's any of your favorite ZZ Top songs? I bet you most of us out there aren't old enough to probably know any ZZ Top songs. It's fun getting old because you're older than most people. And bands like ZZ Top that were big in like the 70s and 80s, yeah. LaGrange, okay. Sharp Dressed Man. We got some names. Give Me All Your Lovin'. I appreciate it. We got some people that know. I'd go with LaGrange as well. Sharp Dressed Man. What about Legs? Does anyone remember the song Legs? Does anyone remember the song? Brian Miller lives in LaGrange. Ask us for more songs. Ask us more what? More questions? Okay, well, she's got legs. She knows how to use them. And the two dudes, and one of them just recently passed, had really long beards. And the drummer's name was Beard, and he did not have a really long beard. Okay, ask you guys questions. Where are y'all from? We got 26 people on there. Give me the name of your city. Will you guys be participatory? Maybe. Wait, Angela Kudlitz, before you run, tell me where you're from. I kind of think I know where Angela's from. Shipshewana, Indiana. But Brian Miller's originally from LaGrange. Philadelphia is just Todd. Renee's from Kentucky. I mean, you guys can read this too. But I feel since it's participatory, I might as well read it off. LaGrange County. Oh, Brian Miller, you live in LaGrange County, Indiana. Angela is East Tennessee. If you could move, and I'm going to follow this up, keep telling me where you're from. If you could move anywhere, we'll limit it to the United States. If you could move anywhere, wonderful old Paducah. You live in Paducah, Renee? I was just talking about Paducah. Are you from Paducah, Renee? Okay, my buddy owned a store there called Surplus City. And, I don't know, I was there for at least 10 years. And it's close to Metropolis, and we used to go down there and golf. Where you'd move. Oh, Boston is where you'd move. That's interesting. Do I want to have more... Okay. Wait, Renee, you really worked at Surplus City? Are you joking? That's where I got my apothecary table. Angela would move. Angela, I appreciate you sticking around. I mean, I got this apothecary table from Surplus City. Do you know Kevin, Renee? Do you know Kevin? Moved to Hawaii. I don't know if I'd want to live in Hawaii. Nice place to visit, I imagine, but wouldn't want to live there. That probably goes for a lot of places, and that's probably why I like the western suburbs of Chicago. Renee, you know Kevin. I was best man in his wedding. That's weird, Renee. That's weird. I want to sing It's a Small World. No, not Kevin Shepler. You were there till it closed. Wow, that's weird. I wish I knew your whole name so I could say, hey, Kevin. Renee follows me on TikTok. The Long Arms of Coffee with Ken. Follow me on TikTok. You say more coffee. Heather. Is it? Oh, Heather Renee. That's interesting. Huh. I might reach out to him and ask him. I mean, I know they had a bunch of employees. It's very weird you work there. And I happen to be telling a story about the apothecary table I got from there. But let's chug this coffee. I think I'm going to chug it. Oh. Oh. Now we're switching. Nice job, Everlasting Bloom. We got a couple trolls out there that, again, are mad at me about COVID. And have been stalking me for years about COVID. And they create fake accounts, and a lot of times they'll borrow regular viewers' names. And I got a fairly regular watcher named Scott Concrete. And I don't know, they like to use his name. If you're a regular watcher, they'll probably use one of your names from time to time to say mean things to me. They must be very happy people watching every video I do to say mean things. They must have joy in their hearts and love in their souls and nothing but good things bouncing around their brains. But anyway. Oh, they used yours, RJ. They sure did. Made me proud. You know you've arrived when a troll is using your name. They once used Jack Taylor's, and he got really offended. Like, oh my God, that's not right. They're impersonating me. And I'm going, holy shit, man. Do you see what they're doing to me? They use my picture. They say ugly things, and they see mean things. And, oh, Ken is an idiot. Oh. Better to do besides obsess over you. I think I'm that excited that I'm worth obsessing. I think I'm excited that I'm worth obsessing. We should almost left them on just for fun. Applejack. Applejacks. We could talk about cereals. You always have a lot of conversation revolved around cereals. Okay, guys, I'm switching it up from a coffee to, bad energy. Good idea, Bloom. We've agreed on that. We've agreed in that. Let's interview the troll. Now, Ken investigates. Go behind the scenes with the troll. Tell me what it is you really hate about me. Oh, when those secrets come out. There's rumors floating around that I have a 30-something-year-old child that I wasn't paying child support for. And I'll tell you what, don't recollect it. But it's funny. Anyway, I'm going to switch to a little beer, and a very little beer because it's got no alcohol, and switch from my coffee. I worked for Kevin for 12 years. He is a great guy. I could almost shotgun one of these bad boys. I could almost shotgun one of these. I'm not going to. Why would you slam a non-alcoholic beer? Come to think of it, why would you slam a beer? The only reason, it's a Bud Zero, Brian Miller. It's a Bud Zero. Wow, Everlasting Bloom is good. What got you into Heineken? I don't know. I'm sure it's their marketing a little bit. I think I always thought I was a little cooler than the average guy that drank maybe Budweiser or Miller products, and that it showed I was sophisticated. I must have had a little bit of money. I did have a little bit of money at one time and probably thought I wanted to be cool. Hello, Kevin. Thought I wanted to be cool, and I really got hooked on the flavor. I never minded a skunked beer, but I'd have people complain, oh, this one tastes skunky. All tasted good to me. Hey, Heather Renee, thank you so much for joining. I think it's hilarious you know Kevin. And I used to drink O'Doul's. Angela, you told me you were leaving like 20 minutes ago. I love that you couldn't tear yourself away from the Ken-a-thon. And if you do tear yourself away, please come back. I've had O'Doul's, and it's not bad. I'll tell you what is a great great tasting beer. And I was never a big Beck's drinker when I drank alcohol regularly. But Heineken has kind of irked me a little bit because they've shrunk their cans and they've shrunk their bottles from the traditional 12-ounce cans and bottles that most products come in to 11.2. And their prices have gone up. So right now, if I'm to buy a 6-pack of Heineken Zero, it costs $10.99 or $9.99. And they're smaller bottles or smaller cans. And if I buy a 6-pack of Beck's non-alcoholic, which I have discovered is an awesome tasting beer, it's only $7.99. And I become a big fan, and it's got a really full taste. O'Doul's, to me, it's good, but I can't really place it. And so there's something familiar about drinking a Budweiser tasting beer or a Heineken tasting beer, or that they've somehow sucked the alcohol out of. But so that's why I'm enjoying this. Hey, we've gone for an hour and 10 minutes. You know what we're going to do every hour and 10 minutes? We're going to toast to us. Cheers, guys. I could have done some push-ups every hour. Hey, is anybody else out there drinking anything other than me? I've got some water. I've got a coffee cup, and I got a Bud Zero. I'm really raring to good. Oh, good thing I peed before I got on. I wouldn't want to have to bring the phone into the bathroom. I wonder. I like to think that RJ is a jet-setting engineer who's fixing, I don't know what he's fixing, electrical grids maybe, or bridges, or foundations around the world. They fly him out to Tokyo because nobody can do the job like RJ. Homemade pumpkin spice latte with pumpkin cold foam. Oh, Angela. All right, Christine, thank you so much for joining. I hope you tune in. Tell all your kids, write Coffee with Ken on social media on your chalkboard and say, please follow. He's huge amongst the junior high crowd. Well, industrial engineers setting up warehouses. Yeah, that's cool. Not quite as sexy as the jobs I was picturing for you, RJ. I thought you were, I like to prefer you. I'm going to still think you were doing electrical grids. So when you go to Tokyo, you're doing whatever it would be that one would do to set up the electrical grid for 10 million people of Tokyo. Well, I'm not really disappointed. But if I'm going to dream about what you do, I'm going to fantasize. I'm going to go big. Not that warehouses aren't big. A lot of warehouses are really big. But I pictured you more in the voltage world. My dream is you are the goat. You're the sweetest thing. You are the sweetest thing. Let's have a little more Bud. So I don't know. I'm about an hour and 10, 15 minutes in. I'm not sure what I have for you today. I hear my son Augie making noises. Probably misses his dad. I could go outside. It's kind of nice. Do I want to go outside? Hi, Holly girl. Here, look who came. Look who woke up. Look who woke up. She's a good girl. I could go outside. Am I cooking tonight? That's 2 dinner questions, RJ. And my belly is still full from my Taco Bell. I'm not one that thinks about food when I'm full. And, you know, I work at a grocery store. I work at a super Target, cereal aisle, breakfast aisle. When I go to the grocery store and I am hungry, it's just a dangerous place because everything you see on every shelf sounds so good. You see some pudding and go, wow, I could use some pudding. And you grab some pudding and you see some Pop-Tarts. Oh, those would be good. You see some hot sauce and you go, I'd really like some nachos later. And you end up buying everything. And you go when you're full like me right now and nothing sounds that good. And you go, well, I've been assigned bananas and coffee. So you go and you get the bananas and you don't even get that many because you're full. And you get coffee, but you're not that excited because, again, you're full. And do I like Stouffer's frozen family meals? I mean, I'm not above eating frozen family meals at all. My mother used to feed us Salisbury steaks a lot. I forget what brand it was. I think it came in a yellow box. And this tinfoil thing with gravy and like 6 Salisbury steaks. And I'll tell you what, they're pretty dang good. They are pretty dang good. Hello, Kayla. How are you? Kayla is saying hi. Encore? Was it Encore? You're not spelling it right. I think it was Encore, Angela. Angela and I must have similar memories. Her mother must have cooked the Salisbury steaks. I think they were from Encore. No, they weren't hungry, man. Yeah. Bo Peep joined. Everlast. How many likes do I have? 11,500? That seems like a good amount. Or am I reading that wrong? Could it be higher? I mean, I feel bad. I feel 13,000 likes. I've gotten 20,000 before, haven't I, RJ? I think I got 20,000 once. What do you do with 20,000 likes? Is any new foil? There was no microwave then. Then the convection only took 30 minutes. Yeah, you were loved, Ken. Oh, Kayla, you're so sweet. Holly's giving me sweet, soft licks right near. Wait, what are you... January 4th, 2023? Is that when I got 20,000 likes? Did you write that down? Would RJ have written it down? He's an engineer. He might have. My coffee's gone. I almost hit the coffee again. Oh, but don't worry, for those coffee lovers out there. It's not gone. Anyone that wants to buy the coffee lover in their lives, great present. You got all the stats? Are you serious? You're serious? On January 4th, 2023? Did write it down if he is an engineer. He probably did. Probably did. You guys want to go outside? Want to go outside for a little while? Oh, you're kidding. Okay. All right. Well, that would be a problem. Making you think. Should we go outside? Should we sit outside? If I did, my dog. That seems so unintimate. Holly would want to go, and she'd be sad, and she'd paw at the door. And I couldn't focus on her like I need to, because we have a lot of dog walkers. We live on a corner lot here, and we have a lot of dog walkers coming by. There seems to be several German Shepherds in our neighborhood. There's a couple pit bulls, and there's a variety of other smaller dogs. Holly knows no fear. She comes with full-on attitude no matter what the dog is, and she'll want to brawl. And she's gone after dogs that could eat her in one bite. Someone has to, RJ. Wait, does Holly like fetch? Not really. She loves biscuits, but she doesn't really like fetch. What's interesting, and I've had Labrador Retrievers before, there's a reason they're named what they are named. Labrador Retrievers really like to play fetch. And will sit and run, and they can be 100 pounds, those dogs. I had a chocolate lab named Boo Boo, who was 106, if not a little heavier at sometimes. But boy, he could run and swim all day. He'd sleep the rest of for a week after that, but he could run longer than my arm could throw, I think. Holly, if I threw something, she might kind of run and kind of think about it and kind of lope up to it and kind of look around and wonder what else she should do. She is an English Springer Spaniel. Not totally sure this is true, but I think she is named for her athletic ability. If you ever saw her running through the woods, it's amazing. She bounds like a deer when she wants. And at full speed, she can run and jump and land just over a log or just on the other side of a branch. And amazingly dexterous, with amazing dexterity, will she dart through the woods at high speed. And it's almost frightening to watch, but she's a beautiful girl. And she's brown with a little tan, with a little white. And when you take her out on a lightly snowed day across where the white from the snow is covering up some of the brown leaves, she is so well camouflaged. And yeah, she's a good girl. Glenn Gary joined. Katie's in the house. I'm craving king crab. I'm craving king crab legs. It's almost hard to say. That's almost a what's she sells seashells by the seashore. What's that called? But I'm craving king crab legs is almost the same thing. Say it 10 times fast. I'm craving king crab legs. 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 There's 10 times. Champagne taste on a beer budget. Well, hey, I understand. I'm tasting, I have the taste for a fine filet or a ribeye, but I might just throw myself in a tin of Salisbury steaks and call it a meal. Bring back memories of Mom. Angela, I'm always glad you stayed. I was actually hurt. It's always sad when somebody has to leave. Jack's left me multiple times this show. Julie Flanagan has come and gone. Everlasting Bloom and RJ are here with me. Myers Ribeyes on sale. It wouldn't. I mean, it'd be nice. I mean, I'm full, RJ. But the sound of a ribeye is pretty nice. But I'm very full. I get to go to work tomorrow, and I get to go on Saturday. It's kind of challenging for me. And again, I've been at Super Target for about 7 months now, and it doesn't close to cover my bills or close to mentally stimulate me in any way that I hope whatever I end up doing for a living will do. But one thing it has done, well, first of all, it's allowed me to pay child support to my 2 ex-wives, which is... which they tell me is pretty important. I was having... well, never mind. I don't want to go into the ins and outs of court, but as the judge was advised, I don't want to go into it, but there's 2 doors into the courthouse. I mean, the judge has one, but then there's 2 doors, and you want to go out the same door you came in. You don't want to go out the back door because that'll take you into a scary place. But anyway, so it's allowed me to pay child support, and it's allowed me to keep going, doing what I'm doing here on social media and building an audience on TikTok and building an audience on YouTube and building an audience on Instagram and figuring that out and working towards something and trying to build Coffee with Ken into something that's significant and something that I can more than pay the bills and then kind of contribute to the world in a positive way. And that's what I'm hoping for this, and I believe can happen with this. And when I say this, I don't even really know what this totally looks like. I've been talking to my Key Grip a lot lately, and they have lots of good ideas and good marketing ideas. So they're more than just a Key Grip. But as I told her, I can't be the director, the social media manager. I can't do it all and the choreographer. I need some help. And she raised her hand and said, I can help. I can be your barista. I don't really think barista is my long-term goal. You'd need Prairie Dawn. Well, thank you, Teddy Kizzy. Teddy Kizzy, that's the sweetest thing. You're talented. I think your income situation will come together pretty quickly. I think that it will too. And as we were talking about earlier, had I sold this picture for $30 and made 3 cents, I think I would just start extrapolating and going, okay, how many pictures do I need to sell? What do we need to do? And let's do it. And that's kind of what we're working on, me and my Key Grip, on some thought ideas, some T-shirt ideas, some marketing opportunities. And again, I have a ton of fun with this. If I didn't have fun, I wouldn't do it. But I've never been a part of something that I enjoyed so much that I felt had so much marketing potential. And I hate to talk about it like that. But my ex-wife and I were realtors together. And we would just marketing yourself and putting together flyers and working on email campaigns and sending messages and door knocking and hosting open houses all to find clients is a full-time job. And then once you have the client, you got to go do it. And the doing it's not nearly as fun as people think. Doing it involves taking calls at night or in the morning or at any time of the day and being available to show homes. And I don't miss being a realtor really at all. The only thing I miss about being a realtor is collecting a big paycheck once in a while. But even when I did that, I never felt any great pride or any value added to the world in any way. And again, I was out on an appointment today, and I had a couple hours to kill while I was waiting for some things, and posted 5 videos. Most of them are pretty silly, but I posted 5 videos this morning, and I figure if you're going to be a content creator, you might as well create a hell of a lot of content. So I got back here, and I said, well, would I be better off? Hold on here, I got to blow my nose. It's residual cold 8 days later. Would I be better off just focusing and posting 5 more videos? And they said, no. Going live is important too. And here I am doing my first annual Ken-a-thon, wondering, okay, we're at 16,600 likes. I'll certainly do 10 push-ups when we hit 20,000 likes. Does that give anybody incentive to help me out? I don't even know why I want 20,000 likes. I don't know what it does. But I got to offer something. I'm taking off my watch, fellas and ladies. Put a sign up. I wish I had something to write on. Should I go get a notebook and a marker? So you do it to have to say it 100 times. So you don't have to say it 100 times. I'm striving for 20,000 likes. Is 10 push-ups that exciting to you? Is there something else I could do? Is there something else I could do that you want me to do? Is that for me, Grip? Is that for me? Oh. 20,000 even without push-ups. Wall sits? No, wall sits sounds hard. This nonsense is costing me work. Laser tray? No, it's not. It is my work. Laser tray needs to turn that frown upside down. Just think, Laser tray said this nonsense is costing me work. And they're one of my trolls. They're calling what I'm doing right now nonsense. And let's cut them some slack and say what I am doing right now is nonsense. But if what I am doing right now is nonsense, what is what they're doing stalking my nonsense and watching it and posting negative things about it all day? I just don't get it. You're giving them what they want. Oh, everlasting bloom. Oh, everlasting bloom. I tried to move on. I keep getting pulled back. You know that. Can you guys hold on? Watch my beer. Make sure nobody grabs my beer. Oh, this is kind of embarrassing. One of the things I'm slightly embarrassed about in life. Look what I got. It's great to have a key grip. It is great finally having a key grip. Pick to click. Michigan Cherry, what are you saying? Michigan Cherry, 16,900 likes. All right. Well, I mean, that's somebody that's just tuning in is going to go, 20,000 likes for 10 push-ups. Well, yeah, but I started doing it at like 17,000 likes. But we'll just put that as our first. This is such a big thing. How do you even write on this thing? 20. One of the few things I'm kind of embarrassed about in life equals. I mean, this doesn't sound. Look at this. I'm horrible. No, I'm not horrible. Take that back, Ken. See, I argue with myself because I'm somewhat See, this is why I need a key grip. This sucks. What am I supposed to do with this huge thing? I know that I'm just going to keep reminding you. That's just too big. That's too big. Too much for this man to handle. Stick it to the window. Does it have a sticker on it? How do I stick it to the window? How do I stick it to the window? I guess when you're doing a Ken-a-thon, you don't need to be talking the whole time, I guess. I watch live videos and there's just people kind of hanging out. Hey, look at that. Did that work? Can you guys see it? Hey! I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me see if I'm going to flip it over. It's a Post-it. It's a Post-it. I don't write backwards. See, that's the problem. It looks backwards. How would one write backwards? Wow. Everlasting Bloom's going to seal Tara's sign. Or Tara's nickname. Oh my God, 17,400. I'm still feeling really fat. But I still got 2,600 more likes before I got to even do 10 push-ups. That wasn't a very incentivizing goal, I'll tell you that. But this is my day off working out. And I've already cranked out 20, and I'm sitting on 3 large Taco Bell sandwiches. And I got my dog Holly over there that's going to probably lick me and sniff me and do various things. And who knows just how long a Ken-a-thon can truly go. What time is it? It's 2, it's 1:45. Wow, this is a lot of fun. I haven't moved. Is that just blocking the view? Would you rather have my sign down? Is my sign inspiring you to slam the likes or to smash the likes like you like? I'm still having fun, RJ. Are you still having fun? No, I'm not, Ken. Thank God, that'd be like a dagger through my heart. So, Angela, should I get rid of my sign? Is it blocking my view? I mean, it's backwards, so it's not really properly incentivizing anybody. We'll go with the view. Just remind me. This is like Christmas. Okay, well, Angela, I appreciate you being honest and saying down with the sign, up with the view. Should we go outside? Let's go outside. I'm going to go outside for a little bit. Every hour and a half or so, it's important to move. Plus, we're up to 30. Think how many followers I'd have, or people watching I'd have if I didn't keep, if my moderators didn't keep blocking everybody. It's almost rude what we're doing to these people. Okay, my problem is, but I'm going to just risk it. If it gets glitchy, all right, you go in there, Holly. Go in there. You can't come outside with me. No, you got to go inside. Come on. Go in there. She was very hesitant. I wonder how cold it is out there. But I'm kind of excited about getting some fresh air. You guys excited about coming out and getting some fresh air for me? With me? For me? I'm going to bring my sweatshirt. And look at Everlasting Bloom. Muting left and right. Only hope is that you're still there. Please be there. You guys are there. I'm going to take you for a little walk around my neighborhood. For those looking for a great gift, Father's Day is just around the corner. I'm wearing my Ugg slippers. Oh, yes, I am. They were a dear gift for me by the woman of my dreams. And she... I don't know if I want to go into the scary details. Did I move? Those trees got to be over 100 years old. I don't think so. I don't know. I think the house is like, look at the house across the street from us. I bet you that was built in like 1970. So I'm guessing most of the trees around here are, probably planted. I'll tell you what, that's a beautiful tree right there. I don't know if it's a red maple, but some sort of maple, and it's really pretty. And, beautiful neighborhood. And, I don't know, beautiful yard. And, So let's go back and sit down. slurp on my Bud Zero. See how that goes. How rude would it be for me to belch? I'll do a cute little one. Was that cute? It certainly was little. Oh, long time ago. Big burp. That was not a big burp. It would be rude to have a big burp. You know I'm better than that. Uh-oh. I got to keep an eye on those 18,800 likes. See, that wasn't a good goal. And the sign wasn't good either. And I'm really feeling too full to do the push-ups. So hopefully, maybe, I don't know, maybe something will happen. And we'll never get to 20,000 likes. And then I won't have to do 10 more push-ups. And then, do I have any sauerkraut? RJ, I don't believe I do have any sauerkraut. I don't believe I have any sauerkraut. Do I have weird food to eat? Well, weird food is in the eye of the beholder. And what can seem like normal food, when you mix it in weird combinations, for instance, when you put pickles in a peanut butter sandwich, suddenly two normal foods become fairly odd foods. And, yeah. Carter Donald says, did I move? Did I move? Well, I did in June. Yes. So, here I am. Let's have a little more Bud Zero. I'm going to get hammered. I might have to drink more than one Bud Zero. I wonder how many Bud Zeros I'd have to drink to get hammered. Okay. How many likes would it take for me to shotgun a Bud Zero? Because I'm not afraid to shotgun one. I think it'd be a waste of a Bud Zero. But it's been a long time since I've shotgunned one. I'm going to do my 10 push-ups when we hit 20,000 likes. I already know that. 25,000? Are likes the currency we're going to deal in? Are me begging for likes? Thought I didn't drink. Who is this Carter Donald? I'm a little suspicious. No, he looks like a normal human. I don't drink, Carter Donald. I don't drink. Can you undo him? I don't drink, Carter. I mean, I drink fluids. I drink water. I drink coffee. I drink non-alcoholic beer. He left us. Well, guess we can't get him back. Wow. Everlasting bloom is tough. Well, everlasting bloom is tough. Don't cross them. I think they try and mute me occasionally. 20,000, we're almost there, Angela. At like 19,800, I'll probably get on my hands and knees. Hopefully, my belly, maybe, hey, if your belly touches during a push-up, does that count as going down? Does that count as going down? Because my belly's going to, I do know what diamond push-ups are. Come on, RJ. Am I getting any? You're being hard on me. You're over 20,000 according to my screen. Well, I'm going to do it according to mine. Mine says 19,500. Although I do appreciate you watching, Angela. 19,600. Okay, well, we're almost there. Believe me, I'm not welching. When I say welching, I'm sorry to all the Welsh people out there that feel I'm being discriminatory. 19,700. I've been talking nonstop. Who have you been talking to? I don't even know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. 19,700. We're going by my screen. And remember, 10 push-ups might not be so much, but I've already cranked out 20 earlier today. And, yes, I'm ready to do another 10 here because you guys so proudly got me to 20,000 likes. And then I don't know what's next. Well, I guess we won't worry about what's next. I think too often in life we worry about what's next, and we should just enjoy the moment and where we're at today. And I've got a slightly uneven, I'm going to get in position. Got something sharp under my left hand. the struggle I go through. This is kind of tiring in and of itself. It'd probably be easier to doing push-ups than to be sitting in this position. And again, I think my belly could, oh, there's 20,000. I think my belly could sag down to the ground. Or, I'll tell you what, I felt the 20 I did earlier today in that. Woo! Woo! Hey, listen to the grill. Look at Everlasting Bloom. I don't even know if they're involved in any aspect of this, or they're just a power-hungry monster that begged to become a moderator so they could wipe people out left and right. Oh, still feeling full. No longer have my watch. Where did I put my watch? Probably took it off when I was getting huge. How'd that feel? Well, I'll tell you what, I felt it. I felt it. I felt the 20 push-ups from earlier. You know, I could probably crank out another 10 in a little while. Little column B. What am I going to drink next? Maybe dance instead. Judy, you got some thoughts. I'm not sure who this Judy is, but I like the way she's thinking. Lemonade? I don't have any lemonade on hand. I feel a little naked. Excuse me, burp without my watch. We're going to stick outside for a minute. Fruit punch. And I'm going to grab my watch. I'm going to walk over my screen that said I'm going to do 10 push-ups when I hit 20,000 likes, because goal accomplished times 2. I'm going to grab my carafe of coffee, and I'm going to come back outside. You know, one thing apple juice. I just got a list of 10,000 fluids I can drink. My next one will be shotgunning a non-alcoholic beer. That's what I'll do for something. I'm not sure for what. I'm kind of curious, although I'm feeling really loaded, as I've said before, how fast I could put one down, but I'll bet it'll be on 3 seconds. And it's really a waste of a good non-alcoholic beer. All right, well, if I'm on long enough to hit 40,000 likes, I'll certainly shotgun a non-alcoholic beer. There's no doubt about that. But I mean, we've already been talking for like an hour and 40 minutes. This is a classic Ken-a-thon. This is all I ever dreamed a Ken-a-thon could be, plus more. All I ever dreamed a Ken-a-thon could be, plus much, much, much more. And I hope it's nearly as good for... I hope it's as nearly as good for you as it is for me. I used to say that to my ex-wife all the time when we got divorced. I just hope that was nearly as good for you as it was for me. Because it was awesome for me. And come to think of it, I don't even care how good it was for you. It was awesome for me. Let's just focus more on that. Nah, it's not how I am. It'd be funny to be. So what else can we talk about? It's Thursday afternoon. I got the day off work. I'm going super live. RJ's accepted the challenge. We got an angry RJ and impassioned RJ and an impassioned Angela and a ready-to-mute Everlasting Bloom. Tell us a story from the brokerage business. Well, thank you, Kit. Are all questions welcomed? Yes, they are, RJ. I mean, I don't have to answer them all. You can ask. I tell you what, don't tick off Everlasting Bloom or you know what's going to happen to you. Uh-oh. Got the sniffles a little bit. Have I talked to you about the cold I have? And yet I did 30 push-ups for you guys. I give till it hurts. RJ, I assumed you had a question. If you're going to ask, are all questions welcomed? You're leaving me hanging. I'm wondering what dirty question you might have. I don't know. Let's have a little more beer. You guys don't go anywhere. I got to get my Kleenex. Hold on. I'm coming right back. I lost one person. With still no more questions. A story from the brokerage business. I don't know. Ms. Doubtfire too. It's a side yard track, Days. It looks super massive. And what's kind of neat about this home, and it's just a rental to be honest with you, is, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to walk down over here and show you. This is the yard. But this little, I don't even know what they call this. It's got one of those at the end of it. It makes the yard seem about twice the size of what it is. And the city comes and mows from here to that fence every week. So the lawn care isn't as much as it would seem. And this area is really neat through here. As a man, I hate even thinking of, I never would call myself a man, but as a guy that's a boy at heart, just having a little area of nature is really neat. And being able to walk down there, there's a swimming pool at the end of that, but you can take the sidewalk. But just having a place to go or to take Holly or just to feel like you can adventure a little bit is really neat. It's a side yard. And most of you guys know I was a realtor for 17 years. And my ex-wife and I found ourselves living in a lot of homes with corner lots. Does it ever get flooded? Not to our house, but the river or the area will gather some water. And I wouldn't want Augie hanging out on that hill on a day with really high water. But no, it never, I mean, it gets flooded, but it always drains back down pretty quickly. It's not a creek. I don't know, drainage. I don't know, but it's pretty cool. Jay Ski, things are going great. Thank you. It's my day off. Love my days off. I don't know. I mean, again, I'm appreciative of my job that I get to go to work tomorrow and the next day. But I so love my days off. It's like I'm on vacation, and I get to drink coffee, and I get to work on videos because that's kind of, you know, the direction I think we're going. Does the dog do okay with no fence? Yeah. We usually walk her. Walked her just before I went live. Actually, I don't know when I walked her, but earlier today. It was kind of misty out. Thought the coffee selection at your store was weak compared to mine. Oh, you did go to the store, RJ. You weren't just kidding. RJ, those are fighting words. Although I don't work in the coffee aisle. RJ likes to make me jealous. He talks about Meijer all the time and how awesome Meijer is and how I should go there. Yet he knows I work at a super Target. How we doing on the 40,000 likes? We're actually making headway. Hey, RJ, you're the guy that watches the stats. Where does 23,200 likes get me in the world of TikTok? What do I have to do to get into the top 10 to be something of value? Planes are kind of neat. And it's going to be so pretty in about a month when the leaves are changing and everything behind me. Again, we're getting a little taste of fall right now, and it's been mixed up with some warm weather. It was obviously Labor Day weekend this past weekend. Excuse me, still burping up my Taco Bell. And we had some real warm days, but it's nice having my jeans on and having a sweatshirt and being ready for fall, which is coming. And do I decorate for Halloween? I wouldn't say I do a great job at decorating for Halloween. I don't do a great job for decorating for Halloween. Hopefully our house will be a little decorated. Certainly the kids will be a little decorated, and we'll do some serious trick-or-treating. But I've talked about it before. I've never done a good job I have never done a great job of costuming up myself. I usually wait till the last minute and kind of hem and haw and kind of half-ass a costume last minute. It's never that good. I've talked about it before. The funniest costume I ever wore was, I won't talk about it again. All I need is a mullet wig. Yes, a mullet wig would do me fine. For what? What would I need a mullet wig for? What would be my costume? If I had a mullet wig, I'm mullet guy? With a sign that said mullet guy, perhaps? Well, we still got 23 people watching, and we've averaged about 1,000 likes per. That's pretty awesome. I'm not sure. Can any of you guys see? Have we picked up any new subscribers in the nearly 2 hours we've been talking on this first annual Ken-a-thon? Have we? I don't know that we have. Usually I go live for like 15 minutes to 45 minutes, and I'll pick up 5 or 10, somewhere between 2 and 10 new subscribers, and I'll celebrate. And I'll go, hey, thank you so much for following the live host. Thank you so much for following the live host. Today, I don't remember saying that in quite some time. So if any of the 23 people currently staring at their phones listening to me talk don't subscribe to my page, please do. Hi, Jesky. I'm going to follow you, and you can follow me, and then you can send me a message, and we can chat that way. That'll be fun. But you got to follow me first. Hey, J-Ski, thank you so much for following the live creator. It means so much. I appreciate it. I really do. I really do. And again, I'd love to, I don't even know why. I tell you what, my key grip was showing a TikToker she follows. And she goes, oh, this woman's a lot like you. She does a lot of videos in her car. She's a hairdresser. She just hops on and says, hey, what's going on? And then starts talking. And I go, well, how many followers she have? And she goes, 1.1 million. Holy smokes. Holy smokes, 1.1 million. That's a lot of followers. I got like 8,400. And the problem is, it's like I'm pulling teeth. Please subscribe to my page. I might get you a coffee with Ken mug. If you like enough of my stuff, I might shotgun a Bud Light. Yes, I'm in Naperville. But, yeah. So I don't know what I have for you today. I'm going to take a splash of coffee, because that's what I like to do when this conversation gets a little dull. He will do push-ups, but not eat hot chips. I don't want to eat a hot chip that might kill me, RJ, and it sounded like your one chip. Did you ever do one chip of your one chip challenge, or is this just something you're threatening me with? Because I read it, and again, I don't know if it's a marketing ploy by the company or not, but they made it sound like it's pretty hot. Like it's pretty hot. You did the one chip challenge, Angela? How was it? How was it? How was it? I need to know. If Angela could handle it, I think I could handle it. I mean, I can be peer pressured into doing something. Oh my God, I'm a chef in like Carolina Reeler, but oh my goodness. It said something about a Carolina pepper in there. Oh, Carolina Reaper, okay. So it's hotter, okay, so it's really, 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 really hot, you're saying, Angela. So I don't probably want to do the one chip challenge on live video. Again, that would be like Fonzie jumping the shark. You licked ice cream. Yeah, RJ, this doesn't sound like it's my thing. This doesn't sound like it's my thing at all. I wonder if RJ's ever done it. Or he just like get a regular like Tostito chip. Sour challenge. Why do we have to do challenges? Why can't we just inspire and motivate others? Do it off live and send it out to only subscribers. Well, Angela, that would involve me getting subscribers. Oh, you mean subscribers to my page? I thought that was something different. Boy, about now in the day off, 2 o'clock, let out a couple Taco Bell burps. My tummy's starting to relax a little bit. Could almost imagine taking a nap. Wouldn't that be awesome? Live footage. How was the Dr. Pepper? RJ, the Dr. Pepper was pretty nice. Dr. Pepper's one of my favorite two pops. That and Coke, I would say. For anyone that really needs to know what my two favorite sodas are. And, wait, soda just means the dark... Wait, soda means anything that is sugary and carbonated. Like 7-Up's is soda, right? Yes. I was getting soda and cola confused. And I don't know if Dr. Pepper cuts the mustard when it comes to being a cola. But it's dark, and it looks like Coke. But it tastes a little more interesting, I find. Taco Bell drink is the Baja Blast. That's very specific. I would never think of ordering the Baja Blast. As a matter of fact, I didn't order any drinks. What flavor is Dr. Pepper? RJ, shouldn't you be doing less conversation and more slamming of the likes if you really want me to shotgun 27 flavors? I don't know what you're talking about. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to drink some coffee and wish I had another Bud to Zero to chase this one down, because I'm going to need at least one more before I hit my 40,000 likes. Barbecue water. Scott Maxfield, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate that. Barbecue water. I almost can imagine it. I almost can imagine it. Kind of miss the trolls right now. The trolls, while we're talking about hot stuff and barbecue water, certainly can spice up the conversation from time to time. Oh, we're over 30 followers. I so appreciate the 31 followers that are joining here today. And is it by magic? Thank you, Key Grip. The check's in the mail. And obviously, is this one going to last? I don't think you guys have the stamina to get to 40,000 likes. You guys can't do it. I know you want to do it, but I noticed we exploded to like 8,000, and every other 100 likes was really challenging for you. So I don't think I'm going to have to shotgun one of my Bud Zeros. I'm just going to slowly sip this delicious Bud Zero. A lot of people will tell you, this will be backwards to you, so I apologize in advance, that, these non-alcoholic beers have some alcohol in it. I don't think they do, because it says 0. It says 0. It's not saying Bud, low alcohol, or very little alcohol. It says 0. Not like a tiny bit of alcohol would send me into a rage. I had some bratwurst a couple weeks ago that were tasty, by the way. And they were soaked in beer. And I know it all gets cooked off, and it's not a big deal anyway. I'm not tempted to, but I think I probably could have a beer and be okay. Not that I'm tempted, so don't you worry. What would I talk about? If I didn't brag about not smoking pot and drinking alcohol for the last 2 years, I'd have little to talk about. Boiled brats. It good is so damn good. Oh, it feels so good. Slowly but surely letting out the Taco Bell. Ooh, 24,000 likes. I'm almost nervous. Oh, excuse me. So, Mama told me there'd be moments like these. She said, oh yeah, a lot of creators will go live. A lot of people think it's easy to be a content creator and go live all day. But you should plan something to be doing. Like, it'd be easy to go live and be like cooking and working in the kitchen and chopping up onions or whatever I might be chopping up in the kitchen. But to sit here and talk for 2 hours, I mean, holy crap. To sit here and watch me talk for 2 hours must be painful. So I appreciate you guys for doing it. I don't know if it takes skill, it takes lunacy. But we're all a little crazy. And I'm learning that just because somebody's crazy on the outset, or just somebody's my initial reaction to somebody's crazy is not a good one, doesn't mean I can't learn to accept that crazy. It's just part of who that person is. And love them for who they are, and love them for all the goodness that comes with them. And just because they have a couple things that I go, what the hell? Doesn't mean that they can't be in my life and important parts of my life. So, yeah. I don't know what my point was. Again, at 2 hours in, my brain is starting. How are the grapes settling? The grapes aren't the problem, RJ. It was my $6.60 worth of the $2 menu I had. A Chipotle Ranch chicken burrito. Delicious. I like how they grill the quesadilla. Some sort of burrito beef thing, which is pretty good. And then their chicken enchilada, which is fairly good as well. I mean, it's all good. It's all good. It's not the grapes, though. It's the Taco Bell. We know that. Let's not lie to ourselves. Who are we kidding? Let's have a little more beer. That's nice. Is that 25,400 likes? Listen to what I made on Tuesday. I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? Listen to what I made on Tuesday. Pulled pork, green chili, smothered enchiladas. Oh, now I understand. My fave is my 18-hour pulled pork nachos. Oh my gosh. You guys are getting me excited. I'm very full, and I've had a bunch of Taco Bell. But these pulled pork nachos and these, what are you guys? What is RJ and Angela sitting on the phone going, hey, let's come up with our favorite pulled pork recipe and talk to Ken about it. See what he thinks. I think it'd be delicious. Am I from Pennsylvania? No, I am not. I have been to Philadelphia once. I mean, it was for a full weekend. I guess that's only one trip. That's funny. Great minds think alike. You guys are fast friends, which is nice. I like to think I bring people together. I like to think you guys know each other. We're creating a little bit of community around Coffee with Ken. We're thinking of logos that could go back on the back of the shirt. We're thinking of a t-shirt with the logo, this logo like here and on the back saying various things. Like good morning to you, or a cup of coffee with a friend, or what have you. Smash the like. Hi, Sherry K. Thank you for liking the live. Hello, user 44378111199. Unless Wiki's joining. Angelo is joining. I'd create one with you for free. Angela? I appreciate that. What do you mean? What would you do to create one? Angela is an artist. She's a chef. She creates little fancy cards. Erupt your fingers, smashing. Oh my God, 26,000 something. 26,400. I might have to shotgun a beer. I better get some burps out to let it out. Because right now I don't think there could be room in my little baby tummy for it. We're sitting at 17 viewers. And we got 13,600 more likes to get. How exciting. Hey, Star, thank you for liking the live. Star, what's your real name? Star with 2 R's. I've had some people mention that they're suspicious of you, Star. Come clean. Tell us who you are. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I wonder who's still watching. Like, where'd Just Todd music go? Are we going to get Julie Flanagan or Jack Taylor back? Starry Night with 2 R's. Hi, Ken. My name is Emily. Oh. Any reason you're Star with a bunch of R's? Kind of curious. I appreciate it. Emily, where are you from? 27,500. I'm getting nervous. the pace of likes is picking up. Something just hit something and frightened me. So, what else? What else? Am I looking for a new career? Am I really looking for a new career? I'm not totally sure if I'm really looking for a new career. Again, I was a realtor for 17 years. I sold a fairly okay product that was Ken the real estate agent. And I did fairly okay, and it's a really competitive business. But I'd been doing this Coffee with Ken show for a couple of years, and I knew it made a difference, and I knew people really liked about it, and I knew people connected with me, whether I was talking about anxiety, depression, relationship issues, guilt, regret, bad inner voices, over-consuming alcohol and pot. Keith B's in the house. He wants me to do voiceovers. Tap myself out again. Well, it's okay, Sherry K. But I want to make this work. I really want to make this work. I really want to make this work. And I think it is. And I think it is. And I'm painfully patient. Tell that to the tax man and the bill collectors. Excuse me, sir. You're a little too painfully patient. The $90 you made on social media this month, we've already taken. And you still owe us more. Oh, we got us back. We want this to work. Star, Emily, you just now followed the live creator? Thank you, Star, for following the live creator. I so appreciate you. And Sherry K, what does it mean to tap yourself out again? And Keith B, are you still in Montana doing whitewater rafting? Well, I appreciate it. Hey, Sandy Shepard from West Virginia. We're getting the morning crew back together. We're going to get the rock band back together. It's going to be awesome. I have no musical skills. Excuse me. Oh, that's so important. The boys are back in town. Keith B, you just tuned in, I think. When I hit 40,000 likes, I'm going to shotgun a non-alcoholic beer. And I'm feeling very full. Tapping the screen and it slid out. You want to play drums? Okay, you're going to be in the band, Keith B. I mean, Keith, and it doesn't matter. Do you know how to play the drums or do you just want to play the drums? I'll do with you. Okay, we got a drummer. RJ's going to do the banjo. We've got a banjist, and is it a banjist? A banjoist? That's not much of a band. We're going to need some more talent. We're going to need a star. I'll be the MC. Okay, we got a lot of, we got the key grip running around, keeping us all hydrated. Christine very generously said she'll play the recorder. Again, no lead guitar. I mean, we got Keith B saying he wants to play the drums. We don't know if he knows. I'm not the star. I don't have any talent. I mean, I have some talents, but not about music. I went to get in my truck and didn't have any brakes, so now she's in the shop. Does she, Sandy Shepard from West Virginia, have a name? Do West Virginians? Let's do our first concert in Naperville Park. Who's going to sing? I mean, I could try and sing. It won't be good, though. Band name, Beer. Hello, Mr. Clemmings. 29,700. I'm going to have to alert my key grip pretty soon that I'm going to need not only a new can of Julie Flanagan can sing. Do you know that, or are you just hoping? Do you know Julie Flanagan? By the way, you're misspelling her name. I learned it's like Nagan, I think. Do we know she can? Hoping, okay. So we got Keith, who wants to play the drums. We don't know if he can. We've got RJ saying he'll play the banjo. Will be a bluegrass auditions. Keith, we don't have enough people applying to be auditions. We got to take anybody we can get, even if they have no skill. Keith, you're our drummer till somebody better comes along. And you might be the best drummer in the world, so I don't want to say you're not. But I don't know if you've ever played them. So you're our drummer. 3-man band, okay. Can we have any women? We better not discriminate. I don't want to have the National Organization of Women come and protest our music. But we just wanted the boys to be back in town. I can feed the Shannon's here. Okay, Sandy Shepard said she'll share. Again, we have a lot of very passive people. I think what you need is a real... As far as forming a band, I think I'm kind of generally Scott Concrete on tambourine. Wait, do we really have 31,000 likes? Wait a minute. Did we hit 30? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You know what that means. Shannon, don't go anywhere. Key Grip, are you still watching? Angela said the last time she did karaoke, it wasn't pretty. I promised something. Oh, wait, no, I promised it 40,000. Woo! I thought yeah, you guys please share it live because we want to get a huge audience. We want to get to 40,000 likes before I shotgun a Bud Zero. And I am doing my best to get various bubbles out of my belly. Oh, what a firm tummy I have. You know why it's firm? It's so filled with fat that it's puffed out, so it's nice and firm. How will I open the can? I'll open it like somebody does that's shotgunning a beer with a pen. I was passed out after the karaoke. Don't think my patients would appreciate me being late. Well, Shannon, and you're a hospice nurse. Yeah, you don't want to be late in that line of work. Hello, user. Hello, Josh. Thank you for liking the live. Hello, David Ponce de Leon. Hello, Sandy Shepard. Hello, Sandy Shepard. She's slamming the likes. So we've got Jack Taylor playing the piano, yet we have no reason to believe he knows how to play the piano. We got Keith volunteering, saying he'd like to play the drums, but he hasn't actually said that he knows how. We've got RJ offering to play the banjo, which makes me think bluegrass. We've got Julie Flanagan, somebody suggested could sing, but again, we have no knowledge. We're certainly going to have to do some rehearsals. We're certainly going to have to spend some time. I'm fairly sure Keith doesn't know how to play the drums. I think he just likes the thought of being behind the drum cage. And he's about my age. He probably used to watch the Muppets and slam the drums like Animal. Let's drink a little beer. Because, oh my God, I'm 6,400 likes away from shotgunning a beer. Somebody out there, tell me where I stand in the whole like world, in the whole TikTok world in terms of likes for videos. I don't know, 33,800 seems like a lot. It's funny. You can dual banjo and... Can you actually do it, RJ, or are you just throwing out instruments? I want to know, do we have anybody that we can hide behind and that can actually play an instrument? Okay, in your dreams. See, that's my concern. We're all performing in our dreams. And I was hoping somewhere, somebody in this audience, hello, travel buddies, would have some musical skill and could actually play something. So when we got on stage in front of 100,000 people, live audience, and we could feel the crowd erupt and almost blow us off. Did you see Bohemian Rhapsody? It was kind of like Freddie Mercury and Queen when they sauntered on to Wembley Stadium. The energy would be that big when we went on. Shannon's going to do interpretive dance. Yes, it's going to be an awesome show. It's going to be an awesome show. But again, then you better do a damn good interpretive dance, because we're all going to hide behind somebody's talent. Somebody has to have some talent out there. We can be called the grinders. I don't know what you mean by that, Keith. It almost sounds like it's a dirty double entendre. What do you think? Do you think my key grip is keeping an eye on the likes? Wait, no, Shannon, we're creeping up on 40,000. Oh, coffee grinders. I appreciate that. I'd appreciate it more if you said you knew how to play the drums. Bye, Shannon. We miss you. I appreciate you hopping on. I appreciate you spreading the gospel that is Coffee with Ken. I wonder if we picked up like 3 new people today. Been talking for 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes. I really didn't think it'd go this long. I really didn't think it would go this long. And I am going to post this video on various social media platforms. And I look every day at the analytics. They're kind of neat, the analytics on social media platforms. And I look at them at like YouTube. And, you know, generally if I do a 30-minute Coffee with Ken in the morning and I post it on YouTube, I get about a 50% retention rate. The average viewer watches, 14, 15, 16 minutes of it. Hey, Strolchel, thank you so much for following the creator. It means a ton. I was hoping to pick up a bunch of viewers or subscribers during this, but it's been slow going, but we're still having a good time. So anyway, the thought is, and that could be broken down to everyone watching 15 minutes of video, or half the people watching it all, half the people watching almost none. Hello there. And either way, it's not that relevant. But I figure if I do a 3-hour video, I mean, who would be crazy enough? Hello, Key Grip. Do you have a pen? I need a pen. Hello, handsome man. Trade you for a pen. Oh, look at this little guy. Do you guys know who this is? You guys know who this is? Yeah, there he is. There's my little nugget. He's my little nugget of love. He's wearing his little green outfit, his little green sweats, and his little green sweatshirt. And he's very handsome, and he's got a little green in his pacifier, but he just chucked it. And, yeah, he's my little angel. Did he just wake up? Okay. Okay, I love you. I'm getting close to 40,000 likes. I got a shotgun of beer. It's not appropriate for you to see. Well, Ken be successful at shotgunning. Of course. What do you mean successful? You think I would... Oh. Here's what I like to do. Make sure the pacifier is clean. Augie thinks that's funny. And usually he'll grab it from my mouth. And then he'll chuck it again. How many likes do I have? How many likes do I have? How long is this poll going to go on for? Wait, maybe I can get rid of it again. How did I get rid of it before? Maybe just by touching the... Oh, okay. No problem. I bet he can be banned. Oh, my God, and cracked up. And what did you snort at, Angela? Me sucking on the pacifier? Oh, I do it all the time. I'll tell you what, as a dad who's carrying stuff into Starbucks or into church and bags and kids and pacifiers, he likes to just throw his pacifier. And I don't know. Again, I've talked about it before. I think, hello, Kathleen. God made dirt and dirt don't hurt. Wait, okay. What do we got there? Oh, my God, I'm nervous. Is that 39,800? Could that have happened that quickly? I'm kind of nervous. Keith, yeah, my daughter was already out. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Fleetwood Mac is not a band I really care for. Can we keep talking and maybe I can work out some of my tummy? Maybe I can work out some of my tummy. I don't know. Is there any way I'm going to get in trouble for this? Is there any way I'm going to get in trouble for this? No, it's not an illegal activity. Just having a little non-alcoholic beer. Oh, yeah, we're definitely at 40,000. If I get in trouble and this is all wasted, I'm going to be a little disappointed. Here's what you do. You put a little hole in the bottom, same side as that. Make it a little bigger to help the volume. Probably stand up. haven't done this in a long time. Oh, yeah. 4 seconds, okay. Ooh, that was tasty. Well, pretty quick. Again, yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, no, it goes pretty quickly. And again, I haven't done that for a long, long time. But I had no doubt that I could. I appreciate it. RJ, I'm not sure they make 24 ounces of non-alcoholic beer. Who's my favorite band? That's a good question. My favorite band. For some reason, and I don't listen to the music that often, but I always want to say Led Zeppelin. Because I think Led Zeppelin's probably the coolest band of all time. And they have the coolest, most soulful, most rock and roll music out there. So I'll go with Led Zeppelin. You know what's so funny and something I've noticed? REO. Yeah. REO's kind of cool. Oh, somebody said Boston. I mean, yeah, More Than a Feeling's good. We had a couple good songs, and this is going to get me totally, going to make a lot of people upset. But Amanda's so crappy, such a bad song. And again, it's more of a age thing for me. When I was 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, Boston was coming out with their first and second album, and they came out with More Than a Feeling. And about 7 years later, they decided to come out with another album, and on it was the song Amanda. And Amanda is just any other Boston song with a different word in it. My favorite band is Kiss. Okay, that's cool. Bob Seger. I did, RJ. You know, drummer from Boston, from Chicago. We could use a real drummer, Keith B. Are you going to be that real drummer? What am I going to do at 50,000 likes? I've never been that big of a fan of the Eagles, by the way. For kind of an old band, for a band with a ton of different lead singers that made a lot of different hits individually, I never cared too much for the Eagles. I'm sorry. Don't hate me for that. Don't hate me for that. What am I going to do at 50,000 likes? How long can the Ken-a-thon go? How long? Ozzy. I saw Metallica, which is one of my favorite bands, but it's such a niche band. It's so heavy metal that it's hard to say it's my favorite band. Where Led Zeppelin, I don't know, it's older. I saw Ozzy with Metallica doing the Black Sabbath song Paranoid, and I thought it was awesome. One by Metallica is a great song. I watched it the other day. I just need to drink more. But Sandy, I'm only drinking non-alcoholic beer. I don't think no matter how much I drink, it's going to impact me in any sort of way. We can see. I'm not that proud of at the pace of play I did with that one, by the way. I'm not that proud of the pace I did with that one. I think I could do better. Somebody said they're drinking for me. Well, I appreciate that. This is awesome. This is a true classic Ken-a-thon. 2 hours and 20 minutes of nothing but solid Ken. Hello, Kathleen. Hello, RJ. Thank you so much for liking the line. Should I keep going? For how long? Solid gold Ken. We can't get enough. Of course you can't. How could you get enough? Let's do 3 hours. All right, I'll keep going. Got more coffee? Got more Bud Zero? 4 hours. I don't know. As I was saying, hopefully the powers that be let me download this video, and I post it on other social media platforms. And instead of getting the 50% retention, which I do on my half-hour shows amounting to 15 minutes a viewer, hopefully we get some people, I'll get back to that, Keith, watching for half of whatever duration I hit. And currently at 2.5 hours, that's going to really up my average viewer time. I don't know, we'll see if it happens. This could be my podcast. Every 10,000, someone gift you one. Play for Starbucks coffees. We got a lot of creative people out there. What's my favorite non-alcoholic? Keith, I was talking about this today. I'm currently going to put the Beck's non-alcoholic beer as my favorite non-alcoholic beer. It's got a big, good flavor, and in a full-size can. They still do 12 ounces, or bottles, I mean, where Heineken shrunk it up a little bit. No, I'm talking about the minutes when I repost this. I'm going to repost these videos to other social media platforms. And if somebody tunes in on YouTube, let's say, and watches for 2 hours, I don't know. Is anybody going to watch this for 2 hours taped? I've heard I have a calming voice. I've heard it can be even relaxing. So maybe somewhere in this large planet of like 8 billion people, somebody might tune in and drift off to sleep listening to this. Do a deep voice impression. No, I can't. I don't do impressions. Somebody said, who was the guy? Jeff Goldblum. I could do. Somebody said, oh, I bet this guy do a great Jeff Goldblum impression. I don't know how to do impressions. I don't know how to tell a joke. Hello, my name's Deep Voice Impression. My name's Keith B. I'm a great drummer, and I'm going to play for the band The Grinders, and our first show's going to be in downtown Naperville. How's that? How sexy was that? I don't do British accents. I'm feeling like I have no talent. Do a morning news intro. Good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and we're coming at you live from downtown Naperville at Good Morning Naperville. We're out in front of Barnes & Noble bookstore today where there's a protest outside. And the demonstrators are out very, very, very upset that they're requiring hardcover books at the local schools when the cost of the paperback, same versions of the paperback, are less than half the price. Do birthday greetings. This isn't a marathon, user. It's a Ken-a-thon. Birthday greetings. I need it to be somebody's birthday. I need it to be somebody's birthday. It's got to be somebody's birthday. It doesn't really have to be somebody's birthday. Because there's only 23 viewers right now, and there's 365 days in the year, and the odds that it'd be somebody's birthday on September 7th are few and far between. We all know it's RJ's birthday on October 11th, and we're all very excited, and we've all circled it on our calendar. We're going to have a party for RJ on October 11th. Excuse me. And it's going to be awesome. Birthday greeting. What's the thing called? Cameo? There's a website called Cameo, and I did have a few people reach out and say, hey, are you on Cameo? I actually put in an application, but I didn't have near enough followers, so they probably laughed. They're going, Coffee with Ken. Pah! April 1st? I don't know if that's a fool's joke or for real. But either way, Cameo wasn't that interested in me. But I did have some viewers go, hey, it's my buddy's birthday. He's struggling with alcohol. He's feeling insecure. He's feeling down, or she's doing this, or she's doing that. And I think I sold 3 birthday songs. I just felt like being a professional. So it was $5. And I did a little video and a little hey there and sang happy birthday. It was kind of fun. $15. I'm going to go pro. but most of us don't go pro in the sport we played. I was a pro stockbroker. Then I was a pro realtor. Now I'm a pro cereal shelf stocker at Target. And I look forward to being a pro podcaster at some point. I mean, it sounds more legitimate than a guy that's on TikTok with only like 8,400 fans. How does that one woman that my key grip thinks is pretty funny and a lot like me have 1.1 million? She certainly must have a better shtick than me, but I can't really imagine much better shtick than this. Oh. Oh. Hi, Clint Morgenstern Music. Thank you so much for joining. Are you sure they don't use grow hosts? What does that mean? Is that legal? Is that cheating? My key grip the other day suggested, hey, can I get you 200 new followers? All you got to do is join this live video and put in your name and everybody follows you and we all follow each other and you'll get 200 new ones. And I go, that's cheating. Maybe I'm too much of a purist for the rules. I'm too much of a rule follower. Hey, 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 no, 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 no. It's like a song. There's a ton of them out there. Well, what do you do? How many people are watching right now? Is it 33? I can't go out with 33. That is what's happened, Key Grip. Why don't you change your name, Everlasting Bloom, and be honest about who you are and say you're my Key Grip? Well, thank you, user. Do you know the hairdresser? She goes out in her car and goes, what's happening? I never saw her before today. I never saw her before today. Yeah, well, Captain Scotty, yeah, it takes a while. It took me a long time. I remember when I first got on TikTok. It might have taken me a month to get 40. And, I don't know, 7 months to get 1,000. And, I don't even know, another year and 3 months to get another 7,000. Who's going to be a warm-up band for the grinders? They're going to be horrible. We got to have them horrible. You can't, the drips. You can't have the warm-up band being better. We got no talent. The grinders is a bunch of people with no talent. I think it was Shannon that said she can do interpretive dance. Angela, I'm bothered by you. No, I'm not bothered by you personally. I'll tell you this, and I'm kind of proud of it. I think we all plan to start working out on New Year's or next week, or I'm going to do this tomorrow, or I'm going to start next, on the first of the month. And the time when you want, if you have a goal, the time to do it is now. And I was walking to Starbucks on June 23rd of last year, and I hit 1,000 subscribers. And the first thing I did when I got to Starbucks was go on, push the live button, and start talking. And I think that's the way to do it. And even what you said there, and Angela, I'm going to scold you a little bit. I'm going to go. No, you got to go. You shouldn't do it. Like, you should probably get off this and go live right now. I'm going to go live this weekend with coffees. Sounds like a lot of planning. Sounds like a lot of planning. Maybe, honestly, that's maybe what the hairdresser with the 1.1 million followers does. She spends more time planning or sharpening their axe than I do. I just go. Spontaneous. Spontaneous is kind of a fun word. Say it with me. Spontaneous. I find it fun. User, thank you so much for liking the live. Thank you so much for liking the live. I don't know how we got to 40,000 so quickly, but we did, and it was awesome. It was awesome. We're perfect except no cornflakes. Well, aisle 9 and 10 usually are perfect. And not too many people buy cornflakes. Did you see the varieties of cereal they have? Don't put off. Now do it. You're right, Keith. Keith B. and I are men of the same cloth. Two handsome men. Two men of sort of similar ages. I don't remember how old Keith was. I got to see. Oh, that felt so good. Oh, yeah, you'll see shrinkflation. They have cereal, and you guys should Google it, called Magic Spoon. And they come in very colorful boxes. And I think they're keto-friendly or keto cereals or something like that. And again, it's called Magic Spoon. And we sell them. It's a full-size box, but it only has 7 ounces of cereal in it. And we charge $9.99 for a box of Magic Spoon, which, keep in mind, is only 7 ounces of cereal. I don't know. It seems crazy. That's one decent-sized bowl of cereal for me. And it's $10. And I've said it before. I'll say it again. I often joke to customers about how we have a finance department up front if they need some help paying for that cereal if they buy 2 boxes. Because it seems crazy expensive. And even all the other cereals are just shrinking. And they're changing the name. And the regular cereal is now the soup or family size. And the different regular cereal is now mega sized. And the ones that don't say family or mega or super sized are just kind of little shot glasses of cereal. Cinnamon Oat Crunch Cheerios. Well, there are a lot of... I don't like Cheerios a whole heck of a lot, so I'm probably not going to try that up right away. I don't know. Never cared for Cheerios a bunch. Everlasting Bloom, a.k.a. Key Grip, really smashes the likes. Or at least talks about smashing the likes. RJ, can you tell me where I stand in the whole hierarchy of likes in the world of TikTok? I would think with 43,000 whatever likes or whatever I'm sitting at, that unless there's some really big guys wasting and girls wasting their... What does level 10 mean? I wonder what that means. Tell me what that means, level 10. Should I keep talking? Do I have more to say? Do you have any questions for me? Anything interesting going on? Should I put on my sweatshirt? It's maybe would make me feel a little better. Move inside? Should I move inside? You want me back inside? How about you do a poll? Should I be inside or outside? Should I go for a walk around the house? Should I show you my slippers again? Is it fall or spring? How old is my son? My son is 2.5. He's almost 2.5. He'll be 2.5 on October 30th. Excuse me. And he's my little nugget of love. His name is August Stephen Tracy. He was born under a stressful situation, and but as we've gotten to know him, he is the most little amazing nugget of love. And he's just amazing, and his mama and I couldn't be prouder of him and love him anymore. And he's a funny little guy, and he's a cuddler, and he's a hugger. And I have a beautiful daughter named Eve who's coming up on 11 months old, and she's beautiful, 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 but she's very different than Augie. Augie, I don't know, like when you hold him, he'll cuddle you. When you hold Eve, she'll like look and grab this and grab this. And Augie might do that too. But Augie just gives the sweetest little hugs, and he blows kisses, and he makes sad faces, but he usually makes happy faces. But he's not a total angel. I got a confession to make about my little nugget of Augie. A confession. A dark side to Augie. Ooh, a dark side. He beats up his little sister. He does. He thinks it's so funny. He tackles her. He does the suplex. All right. Key grip's starting to badger me. Must be a reason. Key grip usually kind of doesn't say a whole heck of a lot unless there's a reason. So I'm going to bring my setup back inside, rest you against a little pumpkin. Ah! Hang there. Ah! Hang there. Gonna get my coffee. Gonna get my coffee. I mean, I guess I could let her in. Hold on. Are you guys back? Are you guys back? Are you guys back? Come back. It's so weird. My phone service works perfectly when I'm outside, but I bring it in here into the sunroom, which is mostly windows. And it says, I lost the connection. I'm going to go let Holly in. Hang with me. Chill, Holly. Chill, Holly. Ah. Well, user can't see me. There we go. Hey, thank you so much for following the host, Stroge. I so appreciate that. It's been slow going. We're almost at 3 hours. I think 3 hours should be a good target. Can we make it to 3 hours? Can I try a peanut butter pickle sandwich? No, I'm full. My tummy hurts. I'm not hungry, and I don't want to try one anyway. Sounds nasty. I mean, I would try it. Well, RJ, I don't even know if I have pickles. Or peanut butter. I mean, I probably have peanut butter. Well, don't beg me. That makes me feel a little uncomfortable. But Kathleen was asking about my daughter. Yeah, I do have an 11-month-old daughter. I have a 2.5-year-old son. And I have a 14-year-old daughter and a 17-year-old daughter. And all my kids are beautiful. And I might be getting a visit. I don't know. I might be getting a visit. What I'm more worried about is it's not that I'm going to get a visit for my daughter, because I love getting visits for my daughter. Although she doesn't sit still. Augie will sit on my lap and cuddle me. What I'm worried about is I might get a pickle and peanut butter sandwich. And I don't know if that's even possible. Hi, pretty girl. Here you go. Here you go. I don't know how long she's going to sit here. But this is my little girl. Her name is Eve. And she's beautiful. And she's almost 11 months old. And she's wearing a pretty little pink sweater. And, of course, she's got a little ribbon that matches. And she's got beautiful, beautiful eyes. And she's a sweet little thing. And I was talking about, Augie earlier. Augie, look, she likes grabbing at things. Ears, noses, watches, rings, cups, cans. Hi there, pretty girl. She got Dada's cold over the last week and has a little congestion, and her nose is running a little bit, and her breathing sounds a little bit, I forget what the term is, but you can hear it in her breathing that she's like, yeah, her name's beautiful. She's beautiful. Hello, pretty girl. Where are you going? Where do you think you're going? Where do you think you're going? You want the phone? She loves grabbing the phone. It's ridiculous. She's 11 months old. Both Augie and Eve grabbed the phone, and they kind of know what to do with it. Like, I'll look at my pictures, and there'll be a bunch of pictures and videos of her. She's just randomly pushing buttons. But somehow she always finds her way to the picture camera app and starts clicking pictures of her. I think she's a little bit like her mom that way. Her mom never saw a selfie she didn't like. Hi, pretty girl. She's 11 months old. Thank you for asking. What do you do? Oh, you want me to eat this? You think I should eat this? You think I should eat this? Is it for Dada? Is it for Dada? Is it for Dada? You think that's funny? You think that's funny? Let me tickle you. Give everyone a laugh. How cute is that laugh? How cute is that laugh? Is that ridiculous? Yeah, she's the sweetest little girl, and she makes the cutest little noises, and she gets beat up by her brother. Augie comes behind her and he'll grab her by the head and suplex her back, or tackle her or roll over her. And Eve's going to be a tough little lady because she's got a big brother. Although she's gaining in size, she's a really good little eater, and she's a solid little girl. And she's going to be an athlete, and she's going to be tough. And she's going to get tough because she takes a beating from Augie and keeps on ticking. Augie, fast runner. Oh, future cross-country runner. I don't know what Augie's future holds. I think he's just going to be a charmer. I'm not sure what he's going to do. He still walks around like he's me 3 years ago after... Oh, what's the trouble? Oh, you saw somebody? Somebody's getting a little bothered. Somebody wants to phone. But Augie walks around like I did 3 years ago after a night of Heineken's. And he hasn't shown his speed yet. But I'll tell you what, you get him outside, and he finds his way to the front of the house, and you got to chase him down because he thinks he's pretty funny when he's running free. And... will do his best to get probably into a place that he's not supposed to go. Wait, are we trading? Is that the rotation? Wait, apparently we're doing some trading. Apparently Dada's on Data Watch. And apparently we might be struggling to make it to the 3-hour goal. But here's Augie, and as you guys know Augie probably. He's been on a lot of my videos before. Not a lot, but a fair amount of my videos. And he's my little nugget of love. And they're wearing their new fall clothes. And he's still got the pacifier in. Because, I don't know, he's just sweet and adorable. And did you want to blow a kiss? You want to blow a kiss? Wait, you got to take the pen out of your hand. Here, blow a kiss. Blow a kiss. Oh, you want the pacifier back? You going to blow... Oh. You want to blow a kiss? You want to blow a kiss? Dada loves Augie. Dada loves Augie. Dada loves Augie. Dada loves Augie. Did you smile? Watch this. Oh, the fun we have. Fun with pacifier. Oh, I do. He gave it back. Yeah, what about for Dada? For Dada? What about for Dada? Does Dada get the pacifier back? No. Oh, he chucks it. His second favorite thing to do. I mean, one is, his favorite thing to do might be to chuck. He's trying to get away. It's where you got to hold on tight. See if he's ticklish right now. Oh. Bye, buddy. And now Holly. Look at this. Holly takes her turn. And I have a lot of love to give, and I think most people know it. And whether it's Holly or anybody special in my life or my kids or what have you, sure, I have a temper and I'm far from perfect. I'm not trying to say I'm not. But I ooze emotion and I ooze feelings and I ooze passion and I ooze encouragement. And they take their turns and they come up and... Ow. He's doing some serious pawing of me. There she is. I don't know if you can see her. Look. She loves coffee with Ken. She loves coffee with Ken. She thinks it's the most fun because she gets so much petting. Man of the house. I am blessed. Yeah, and Augie's the sweetest little nugget. And outside of when he's beating up on his little sister. And he's so much fun to hang out with and push around in a stroller. And because he loves experiencing life. And he loves, touching bushes or saying hi to people or feeling the air on his face or doing whatever it is that we're doing at the moment. And he's just the sweetest little thing. And, we are very blessed to have... I'm blessed by all my kids. And blessed to have a kind of second chance to be a dad. It's a weird feeling. Again, I have older girls, 17 and 14, that live with their first with their first wife, with their my first wife, with their mom in Oswego, and yeah, it's just nice being able to spend time with my babies and love on my babies, and uh, yeah. So let's drink a little more. Let's drink a little more Bud Zero, please. Mm. So this is fun. This is fun. The last 11 minutes might seem long and painful because now, for the first time, I'm watching the clock. I don't have any massive goal, but I bet we could hit 50,000 likes. Cheers. If we hit 50,000 likes, I'll do another 10 push-ups. Not that that's that exciting, but that'll get me to 40 for the day, and probably the most push-ups I've done in a day in a long, long time. But again, my belly is full. Next time I do a Ken-a-thon, and I think 3 hours is a fair amount of time for a Ken-a-thon. Could we all agree that a 3-hour Ken-a-thon's a solid Ken-a-thon? Because I don't have my endurance built up yet. I've never... hey, Ken, Olivia says, hey. Hello, Olivia. I'm not sure who Olivia is. Oh, well, you guys are sweet. You guys are sweet. But, okay, we're going to do 3 hours. But, I mean, get me to 50,000 likes if you can. I don't even know how you do. To 50,000 likes, and we'll call it a day at about 3 hours here in a little bit. I'm going to pet my dog. I'm going to sip this beer. I'm going to relax. I'm going to drink some water. I might even have a little more coffee to get me caffeinated for my final binge of push-ups. I won't go to the gym today because, again, we're working out a gym schedule, and my gym is right on the way home from work, and it's perfect. I don't want to give you TMI, but I generally shower at nights. I work all day. I'm kind of lifting things and in a dirty place and, just kind of working, I guess. I'm working. And feel hot and gross and sweaty by the end of the day. And it feels so good on the way home, stopping there, getting a little workout in, getting a nice hot shower, shaving, and coming home and seeing my babies and feeling good about a complete day. So let's have a little more beer. Wait. You drinking a beer? John Bradley, I'm drinking a non-alcoholic Bud Zero. That wasn't tepid. That was downright cold. That coffee. Oh, don't you worry about me, John Bradley. Don't you worry about me. Why you don't have to worry about me is I'm not drinking for me. And I think that's the key to getting over something. I think you got to want to do it. And if you don't, you're probably in some trouble if you're doing it for somebody else because you're probably going to sneak it. And I stopped drinking. It'll be 2 years ago. 2 years in October just because I was tired of it and it wasn't working for me. And I realized I could do more without it than I was with it. And, yeah. So, anyway. Let's have a little more Bud Zero. It's a race. Well, we're at 49,000 likes. We're going to hit 50,000. Well, thank you, Everlasting Bloom. Feels good. Feels good. Every power like to that. Power like. This is so fun. This is so fun. I wonder what my day will be like once we're done with this. Once we're done with our first Ken-a-thon. Our first annual Ken-a-thon. Now I'm thinking what I'm going to label it, what the title's going to be, and what the description's going to be, and on other social media platforms. But we know it's going to be the Ken-a-thon. Angela's saying she shows 50,000. Angela, I think you're either fudging or your computer's faster than mine because I'm showing like 49,300. Ooh, excuse me. Excuse me. That came from the soul. But it was necessary. Do I like fresh fudge? Questions like that could get the moderators on you. Let's hit more than. All right, yeah, please, Angela. I appreciate it. I don't know why you're showing 50,000. You're probably right. I must be on delay for some reason. Do I like fresh fudge? I mean, I don't. I probably can't imagine what's not to like about fresh fudge. It's just a funny little couple words you're using, RJ. It makes me think of naughty things. So, let's have a little more. I hear my Eve crying in the other room. Oh, poor her. She's on the other side of the gate. It'll be good. Do I need to actually hit 3 hours? Because if I do, I don't know exactly what time I started. But it was about 12:15. So if I hit like 2 hours and 53 minutes, we're going to still count this as an official Ken-a-thon. Okay, you think 50,000 should be good, whether the 3 hours is there or not? Because I don't know the exact time I started, but I think it was like 12:15. And I don't think that... Hey, you love my bald head and it looks great on me. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I like my bald head too. Feels good. I'm aerodynamic. I'm cutting edge. Oh, 50,000 likes. You know what we're doing. I'm worried. I'm going to go down for one and I'm not going to be able to get back up. I don't know. Should Holly be in here? Hey, thank you so much for following the host. Come on, Holly. You go in here. She has a nasty habit of sniffing me and licking me while I'm doing my push-ups. Angela, thank you so much for the... What are you sending me? Hot dogs? Finger hearts. What's a finger heart? I don't totally know, but I really appreciate it. You guys are the sweetest thing. Do I moisturize? Listen to Mr. Fresh Fudge asking if I moisturize. I don't have like a very particular regimen of moisturizing, but what I do, I shower, I use Irish Spring from top to bottom, and I do mean top to bottom. Just let your mind run wild, your imagination go crazy with what I do with my Irish Spring. Oh, yes, I do. I put on some deodorant. I spray a little, some sort of scented thing, some sort of fresh scent, so I smell nice. I spray a little, some sort of scented thing, some sort of fresh scent, so I smell nice and good. I can't have a lost connection. I can't do this unstable connection. Good connection. Again, I'm a little stressed out because I'm not totally sure what's happening with the connections in this home and whether I should be on Wi-Fi or not. So I better do my 10 push-ups. Whoa, oh, holy smokes. My feet were on my sign that I used earlier. Well, I hate that you left, but I'm about to do my 10 push-ups that I promised you I would do when I... Oh, shoot. Hold on here. That's so bothersome. I'm going to go outside. And finish up with you. I hope you're still with me. Gonna hope you're still with me. Are you still with me? Looks like you're still with me. Apologize for any disconnections. I'll tell you what, there's issues that come with technology, and there's issues that come with Ken-a-thons, and there's issues that come with marathons, and there's issues that come with all sorts of things. But now I'm not doing 20, RJ. Stop pushing the envelope. Don't push the envelope that hard. You're going to make me feel like a failure. 15? Why do we have to negotiate? Oh, I'm definitely going to do 10. Okay, RJ went to 10. I think 10's going to be really hard for me. I think 10's going to... I did hit 50K. Oh, I know, I did, Angela. I'm not reneging on the 10, but I'm just saying it's going to be hard. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, RJ, you got me going. 16, 17, 18. I'm telling you, I'm tired. 19, 20. And a downward dog to let it all hang out. And a little reminder that a little extra effort can be sometimes what you need. And I think that's 50 push-ups today in 3 sets. But it felt great. And it felt great doing my first Ken-a-thon. And I want to thank you guys so much for being a part of it. Sharing your Thursday afternoon with me. Sharing a cup of coffee. Sharing a Bud Zero. Maybe even 3 Bud Zeros. I can't remember. But I so appreciate you guys. And you guys mean a ton to me. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. Hope you're feeling good. I hope you're loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.